So you really don't want to mess with God's favorites. So y'all come on up there with positive vibes only.
Yeah, it's tight security around the way.
Bring the babies.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of kids.
It's a family-friendly event.
So
please bring
don't
kids.
come up there acting crazy. Bring all the kids you can find on the block. Okay, we got 120 backpacks that we need to give away.
Please. G Herbo is the guy that I'm talking about. He performed on stage with his son live at Summer Smash.
Still June, right? Happy Pride.
You said
he's Happy Pride.
Don't call it that. Call it what?
Happy Love Month.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Happy Love Month.
Okay, say that.
He wears really tight shirts. Basketball. I don't like the Pacers. I think it's obviously why. Yeah. And I don't like the. And I don't like the Spurs at all.
Customers for sure. Employees. I cannot say the same. Customers, I'm the nicest. You didn't ask me to be here. Energy Auto, right? So they're like, what is Juneteenth anyway? They're like, I don't know what it is. Some black hot, like blatantly, right? So truth is this. Let me run along with that. I don't really date.
Two double. Hey. Prevalent. We live. Just checking in. Hey, let's get it. Time to talk it out. No doubt. Let's go. T double Jen in the mix for sure. Real talk, no cap, straight facts. Let's win. Mic on. We locked in. Let's begin. Whoa. We break it down, no script, no gimmicks. Hot takes, deep thoughts, no yeah, been. From the real to the wild, no limits, no doubt. So pull up, tap in, it's time to talk it out.
What up? It's your boy T Double.
What up, though, my babies? Episode 20. We almost legal.
Big 2-0, man. Big 2-0, man.
Not the little one.
Back with another one.
Banger! Ooh. I be so loud.
Keep the bangers rolling, but it's banger after banger after banger after banger.
So y'all already know what it is. It's your slightly thick, extremely colorful bestie, auntie, daughter, girlfriend, in your head. Like whatever you need me to be, I am here to fulfill that. Okay? And most importantly right now, I'm the co-hostess with the mostest.
Boy, T-Double, I ain't handicapped no more, so I can't be a handicapped homeboy.
Okay, and I told him not to even claim that because I knew that wasn't gonna last.
Well, I can't say that. It's just I'm not as, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming off of being handicapped. So
he didn't win all the way out of town, play football.
Minor.
Okay.
I done played 2 games actually.
Exactly.
I mean, that's okay. Minor handicap, but. It's okay. I still, it's working somewhat, Okay, clap it up for that.
Clap it up for my nails. Okay. I have nails. Shout out to my coworker and sister Joya, because she's a Joya. Okay, her mom named her right. And she's a licensed cosmetologist. And she hooked me up real quick. Like, I'm so grateful.
Get on her, y'all. Get on her.
Get on her. Beautifully Joya. I'm gonna have it in the description. I'm sorry. What you asked for?
But yeah, today, it's a good. It's another good one. Good episode.
Happy Monday. Shout out to everybody in Detroit that's downtown watching the fireworks right now, or they just went off or something like that.
We definitely got to reel into that.
Shout out to the people at Hart Plaza, Spirit Plaza, down by Belle Isle, all up and down Jefferson.
Listen, man, y'all gotta let events be events. I understand the YNs is what y'all want to call them. Supposedly, it's a shooting at the fireworks
tonight already,
and left one person hurt. That's what the Detroit police say. I guess.
So what you think they lying?
All the banging and noise and stuff like that. That's what they trying to kind of say.
I'm saying, but did somebody go to the hospital? Did somebody get shot?
Somebody is hospitalized. Yes. Man, listen. That's just crazy to me that it can't be no it can be. I'm sorry. There can be events because I've seen some. I've seen multiple. Shout out to my boy Big Pud. I watched him put together a beautiful barbecue. There's nothing but great words about it. Police shut it down, but they shut it down because it was late. And it was a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? It was for no harm, you know what I'm saying? So
nobody was shooting.
I have seen it done where events get put together and people have fun and people go home, no harm. I've seen that. So I cannot say that that's not here. But we just gotta get better with things. Far as understanding how you feel towards maybe somebody saying something to you, or you may get offended fast in a way. You have a quick reaction to certain stuff. I'm not saying don't go to things. Just maybe separate yourself. Get your own little corner.
If you know you a hothead, stay your ass home. If you know you can't handle your liquor, stay your ass home.
Because it ain't worth it.
I'm saying don't go to things.
It ain't worth it. It's not worth it.
I'm saying don't go. Don't ruin everybody else's time because you don't know how to handle your liquor, or you don't know how to handle your insecurities or whatever.
I understand that. I understand that too, though. So, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I understand that. So,
just don't go.
Or control yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or
just don't go because
weapons.
Somebody's going to lock you up, or God forbid, somebody else got a gun and they got the Holy Spirit and they quicker to the draw. You gonna be the one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it ain't like he said. It ain't even worth it. If you know you don't know how to act for real, just stay home until you stop drinking.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Because a lot of times that's what it be. People don't be knowing how to control their liquor and their emotions, and it be hot. Like it was 100 degrees today. It's no surprise that somebody got shot or they were shooting down there. It was 100 degrees today. Thanks for the favor, Pressure.
What's up, Pressure? People gonna get irritated quick, and I knew that. That's a thing. So that's why I said, just be a person that when you know yourself more than anybody knows you. Be a person that's acceptant of yourself. Accept who you are. What it is that you do. Just know, like, hey, I can't be around this because I'm a snap. I can't do this because I'm a snap.
It's too hot. Somebody gonna walk up to me or bump me or step on my shoes.
And I know I'm gonna feel some kind of way. Accountability. Take accountability.
Don't take your gun to Hart Plaza. I mean, if you think that, like, cause like for real, ain't nobody like.
Yeah, a lot of times I feel like. Now, when you just by yourself doing something, okay, you not saying you going to an event. Like, I'm out in the world by myself. I'm doing some things. I got to make a stop here. I got to stop there. I got to do this.
Down in Hart Plaza, there's a million police.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But if I'm not saying that, right? If I'm on the average, on the everyday, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? This is my neighborhood. I go and I take care of business in this neighborhood. I'm here. I'm there. I might have it with me. You know what I'm saying? But at a public event, if you feel like you gotta take it, you probably should.
That part.
At a public event. Even as much as to say, if it's a house party, to say, let's say, for instance, you want to go, this is somebody.
Especially if you think it's a house party. If you feel like you gotta take your gun to somebody's house, don't go. There,
if this is somebody you feel like hey, this is my homeboy, he throwing a party, but I'm gonna make sure I grab my strap. Why do you need that? Why do you need that if you're going to house?
How's this your homeboy? Yeah, if you think he got that type of people around and shit at his house, then like you said, just don't go to his house. Don't go.
It's better missing it and being like, you know what, I missed that one. Opposed to going and be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have went to this. Because when you wish you wouldn't have went, it's too late. It's too late by that time. Saying, hey, you know what, I missed that one. That leaves you room for another one. You can still go to another one. It's too late when you say, I wish I wouldn't have went. So, better decisions, accountability.
Hey, if you see somebody you know you don't like there, just turn around and go there.
Turn around. Don't say nothing. Like, a lot of people mistake being soft or a hoe-ass nigga or being soft. Or, like, a lot of people mistake that for maturity. Like, when you reach a maturity level, there's certain things that won't bother you. And I feel like, especially when it comes down to verbal, I don't. When I turn and I look at a person as I feel like as my peer, as age range, age bracket to me, and especially as a gender wise a man, but you know it can happen to anybody. Um, that take heed to someone as a word, like, hey, you called me a B word, you called me a bitch, and now you just ready to kill somebody.
Insecure. You probably is a bitch.
That's a tad bit childish to me. You still you ain't really.
You still like in high school.
Yeah, you ain't grown up yet because
you ain't got nothing more important than that in your life.
How did that affect you? How did that hurt you?
Right.
What did that do to you? All it made it seem like was you owned up to what it was that he called you because you got offended by it. That's just what it turns. That's what it makes it seem like anyway. So yeah, you know, it's just
a
crazy.
hit dog holler.
It's crazy how people think or how stuff works. You know what I'm saying? Or how sometimes just walking away could change a whole situation. And
I didn't even know they shot at the fireworks. I'm sorry to hear that.
16 minutes ago was just the update. So that's breaking news. So that's
so that was at 11 o'clock.
Hard for you guys, for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, putting in work. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Because we love y'all, that's why. You know what I'm saying?
So check on your people if
Definitely
they went down
check
there.
on your peoples. Listen, I just think that there's an open carry law, but I just think that, listen, having a CPL is like getting your kids their license. As you getting your kids their license, get them that CPL too. I'm not saying that that's gonna make the world better, but that's gonna kind of help you sleep at night because they know how to use it. They got it at least. You know what I'm saying?
And they got it legally.
They can use it at any case that they felt a certain kind of way and just deal with the consequences later, opposed to saying, hey, yo, I know I wasn't even supposed to do this because I wasn't even supposed to have this. That's like an ID right now. That's as well as getting your kids their driver's license because you want them to drive. That CPL is something that should be put in a regular home, a regular
and
kids.
like you say, especially if you live in an open carry state, you know what I mean, where you can get them lessons and you know, like
absolutely. But I just feel like the knowledge of, right? You just teach your kid the knowledge of, and I feel like that's just like getting them something they gonna carry every day. Your ID, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that. Your driver's license. You want to get your kid a car? Hey, you need a license. It's like getting them that. Get them. Listen, that CPL is important, and it start at ASAP. You can take your kids to the gun range as long as you there. I think they just got to be over 12 or something.
I'm about to say 13. Yeah.
Okay. Somewhere in there. Soon as. My personal advice: do it ASAP. Do it ASAP. Teach them how. The way to use it, you know what I'm saying? Safety issues, protection, all that, and the thing, aim, all that. Now the thing is, once that time comes, that when you're more confident about it. Like, I feel confident about my baby. You know what I'm saying? I've been there with my baby.
Cause especially urban living black boy, he gonna get a gun at some point. He gonna have his hands on a gun, so it's better to teach him early. I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Driver's training and gun training should both be in schools.
Yeah. At least the training part. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, even if you don't actually put a gun on
they can have paintball guns in school. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't have to be real guns, but just the safety things of going through how do you safety, what don't gotta say. A lot of kids are losing lives because they playing with guns.
Right, exactly. And you know what I think? I think if that was a class or like a training, it would take the curiosity and like the stigma of it out, and it wouldn't intrigue kids so much if it's like, oh, that's a class. We do that all the time. We touch guns. You know what I'm saying?
I know that.
And we learn.
Play with that like that.
Yeah.
I don't play with that like that.
It ain't that serious because I touch it at school in class. This ain't even. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't no thrill for me to get
it ain't
right
that
now
serious because
I ain't got to sneak.
I ain't got to sneak because I can touch one in school and I know how to do it, and it's not, this big thing. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I feel like especially the world we living in, gun violence is like one of the top reasons why we kind of, you know what I'm saying, going through what we going through. We losing a lot of people to gun violence, and
man,
and I feel like it's a lack of knowledge of. You know what I'm saying? Some of it is mistakes. Some of it is because people just don't carry them because, hey, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't mess with it. Everybody got their own preference about it. I just think it should be a knowledgeable thing to everybody. It's your choice to have it or not.
Yeah,
but
it's your right, and it's your right to have it or not, just like you said.
To know how. That's all. Just safety issues. Know how. That's just my thing on that. My take on that. And then you should learn young. Just as well as I think schools should really have like banking accounts and W-2s. How to set up a bank account and at least how to fill out a W-2. That's life.
I feel like they used to do that in home economics and they stopped.
Yeah, because I had home economics in middle school probably for like 1 year. Yeah, we didn't.
You had what, home ec?
Home economics. We cooked in there. We didn't. Yeah, we didn't really have.
Yeah, I had home ec in 9th grade when I went to the white school, and I didn't have it in DPS though. They didn't have it at DPS where I was at. It was probably like an elective. You said in middle school?
I was in middle school.
Yeah, that was an elective.
Shout out McMichael Middle School. My teacher name was Miss Chambers. I'll never forget it. Her name was Miss Chambers. She was a tall, long-legged, brown-skinned lady. If I was an older guy, she would have been around my type. But I was young. But she was nice.
You like older women?
I do.
Okay, so I'm glad.
And she taught, you know what I'm saying, like how to bake and stuff. Baking is not my thing. Still right now to this day. I can probably cook through the floor. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I cook you out a competition anywhere. Listen, I'm like Bobby Flay. I would cook your best dish better than you.
Make sure you guys stay tuned and come to the barbecue contest August 3rd.
Please, absolutely. Please stay tuned. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be an event. Raffle tickets. It's gonna be
so fun. I'm excited.
Raffle tickets go on sale very soon.
They on sale already, ain't they? July 1st.
Yeah, I'm sorry. July 1st. They start next month. Raffle tickets go on sale. Get on the raffle tickets. The first week they're $1. Who get a TV for $1? Come on.
Hey, for real. Hey, y'all need to really appreciate y'all host with the most T-Double. Make sure you subscribe to his page because he is really outdoing himself for y'all. Like, he is spending all his own money. Okay, a lot of his own money. We could spend it on our cruise, but anyway, I love y'all, so I ain't tripping. The cruise is all inclusive, so y'all then got a lot of gifts and treats and trinkets, and I'm excited. I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for y'all. Y'all deserve it because y'all been shooting with us in the gym, Absolutely. And y'all the best subscribers in the world. Like, give yourselves a round of applause, man. Y'all so pretty and fine and handsome and smart, and y'all just real smart because y'all watch us. So Absolutely. Y'all got like a lot of sense, man. Like, for real.
Yeah, so you know, it's just a lot of big things to come. You know. Lots of events in the making.
My teeth look white. I'm glad I brushed them.
Absolutely. We got a lot of events in the making. So
yes, we do. So stay tuned. Ooh, let me stop playing you.
No, absolutely. I was just gonna make sure that we mentioned the.
I got mad at my daughter today because she be cutting me off, and I had to notice it. I'm like, she's talking about I be yelling. I'm like, yeah, I'm yelling because you be cutting me off, and I have to talk over you. So check that, 15-year-old.
Okay. I was just going to piggyback that event with the event before that, you know, of course, everybody's working hard.
Dang, I'm sorry. I'm just calling.
And the event before that is what is it?
It is a dual event. So it's a wig coloring workshop, and it's also a book fair and vendor event. You know what I mean? So
bingo. Yeah. Just stay tuned. There's so much stuff going on that involves so much. It's family events. It involves so much of the family. It's communities. It's bringing people together. Camaraderie. Showing love. It's being a neighbor. It's being a community. It's bringing everybody to one again, where we should be. So check out those events for real.
Yes, we love to see y'all. We can't wait to see y'all.
Absolutely, you get to meet us one-on-one.
Make sure you come correct. Keep it cute. Keep it cute, okay, because we have the backing of the Detroit recreation department. We have rented out that park, so don't come up there with no mess.
Yeah.
And we covered by the blood of Jesus, so you really don't want to mess with God's favorites. So y'all come on up there with positive vibes only.
Yeah, it's tight security around the way.
Bring the babies.
Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of kids.
It's a family-friendly event.
So
please bring
don't come up there acting crazy. Bring all the kids you can find on the block. Okay, we got 120 backpacks that we need to give away.
Please.
And we want to give as many of them away as possible because we don't want to have to ship a whole lot of backpacks to Africa.
If you know somebody that got a kid that need a backpack, send them there. It's free food while it lasts. It's raffle tickets. It'll be a event.
Yes, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
thanks to you guys.
I love y'all.
Y'all keep us moving like that. So.
All right, I'm done looking down for now. I had to write my notes, y'all. I've been so busy getting ready for this cruise. I'm so excited.
Yeah, the cruise.
And then my daughter. It's just a lot, and it's been 100 degrees, y'all.
So because of the cruise, you guys need to know that next week we will be filming on a Tuesday.
Yes.
Instead of on a Monday. We will go live on a Tuesday.
Yes.
But the good news about that is you guys will have major updates. There'll be a lot of stuff that we will be able to share with you guys from the cruise.
It's gonna be
from Miami too.
Yes, from Fort Lauderdale.
We touch a little bit of Miami in a way.
And Fort Lauderdale.
I want to say this now. Sorry.
No, go ahead before you forget.
I want to say this. I'm not gonna forget, but I want to say this now. I want to tell you guys this now because I want you to look out on my channel for it. We will be hitting DJ Khaled's restaurant.
I'm like, you always surprising me with some shit, y'all. And having me look out here looking like...
We will be hitting DJ Khaled's restaurant.
I think I do remember hearing this.
The Lickin'. And we're going to do food reviews, so be looking out for that.
We definitely going to review the food on MSC Cruise Line, because that's where we cruising with. Yeah. MSC, absolutely. Mediterranean Shipping Company.
Absolutely.
So we'll review them for y'all, because a lot of people when I say we're cruising with them, they be like, who? Because everybody do Carnival, but we trying to show you guys how to expand your horizons and try something different. Everybody don't have to go. If sometimes you don't want to do the party boat, Carnival is the party boat. We'll be on there next year.
See, sometimes you just need a few tips in between. Yes. See, we never been, but on a cruise, gonna kind of let us know. See, I got a little food tips. She got the little bit of the beauty. I can help you with your food. That's what I
got beauty, travel. Okay. Health, wealth.
Okay.
Health, wealth, beauty, travel, and entertainment. Those are my lanes. Those have been my lanes since 2018. God gave me that. Health, wealth, beauty, and entertainment. That's what God gave me back then. And then I was like, oh yeah, travel. I love to travel, and that is a good niche. Everybody loves to travel. Everybody wants to travel more than they think they are able to. So I, Holy Spirit put on my mind, to also add travel. So, yes.
Yeah, well.
Be on the lookout.
Yeah, it's
we outside.
Gotta check. Yeah, gotta check it out. I'm getting a little better. I'm learning. Because she game kind of a lot where she kind of does this thing where she knows a lot of little tricks and stuff. I'm learning though, so. Just you gotta check.
Me?
Yeah,
you always surprising me. I be like, what are you talking about?
Gotta check me out though. I'm learning.
First of all, don't even do that though, because y'all, he did start his channel like 3-4 years after me, right? But in the 5 months that he's been doing his channel, if that long, he has learned just as much, dang near, if not more than me. He be having graphics and stuff on his videos, and I be like, dang, where the hell you get that from? He learning first of all, this man is very smart, okay? He's very smart and very resourceful, okay? He like MacGyver, you know, so he figures it out on his own. He don't even be asking me for tips. He don't ask me for tips no more. He does it on his own, and he does a great job. So don't let him play y'all like he ain't the man on these editing streets, okay?
Yeah, because that ain't it. But I'm trying very hard. I want y'all to know. You know, once y'all...
Well, he doing a great job.
Once y'all check it out, y'all, let's see. You know what I'm saying?
LYFEOFTDOUBLE. Subscribe, you guys, right now. Just pause this video, go subscribe to his channel, and then come back.
Absolutely.
You know, hold on, we about to pause. Hold on, pause for him. Okay.
I'm not even finna play with you. Alright, yeah, absolutely.
I wanted to get him a minute.
Make sure y'all check that out, though. Both channels, anyway.
Oh, yeah, Jen Checking In TV. JENNCHECKIN TV.
You will see them learning from the master. That's how y'all will see. I'm learning from the master.
But, and also, Travel Bays is going up. Hold on. Because I gotta make sure I say the spelling of that right. Because I think it's BAEZ.
And I think it's a 7.
It's 3 sevens, I believe. But I wanted to make sure that I had that. It's not BAES. It's BAEZ.
I think it's a Z.
Y'all know Auntie can't see. TRAVELBAEZ 777. I don't know, I might end up changing that, but right now it's Travel Bays. Bays like the bays, like the babes, but bays. BAEZ. 777's right, because no, we're not lucky, we blessed. But 7 is my favorite number because that's my daughter's name. It's the guy's number of completion. It's just a pretty number. Like, to write the number, like, I don't know. I like the number 7. I always have. So.
I kind of had a mutual feeling, but mine was sports related. In a way.
Okay. Do tell. Story time.
7 was actually my first single digit number, and I actually had a chance to pick it. Very odd story. I went to Detroit Northwestern High School. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to DPS.
Absolutely.
CD. Woo!
Shout out to Coach Creighton. That was my coach at the time. I had came from PAL where I wore double digit numbers both times. And I was I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say I was just like an all-star in PAL, but by the time I was done, I was decent. I was decent enough my last year to where the coaches told my grandmother, like, you don't have to pay, we'll take care of him. The coach took me out, bought me cleats, they paid my registration, everything.
They needed you on the team.
I was good, basically.
Yeah.
By the time I learned the game.
Absolutely.
How it happened was when I got to high school, I may have squeezed in a tad bit of a fib in there. I stretched the truth as far as you can stretch it, you could say. What happened was I played lineman when I was in PAL. When I played PAL, I played DN and I played on the offensive line, but I was probably one of the fastest linemen, if not the. And I just had this physique, but to the point where I understood the game as I grew older, to understand why I played lineman when I was in PAL, but because they thought I was a farmer boy. That's what they called me, because they seen me working in the garden at my house, which I stayed with my grandmother at the time. She had a garden in the backyard, whatever. They seen me working there, called me a farmer boy. But I just had a physique that I just lifted a lot of weights. That's just right for me. So within that time, within them first seeing me, they just felt like I was big, I was this, I was that, and it was my first year. I just didn't really know how to play. Afterwards, it was just like, you just look so strong.
They could train you, though.
We would rather you be in a spot where it's like, you know what I'm saying, a big guy supposed to be, but you're more stronger than a big guy. So we could still use you where a big guy is, but you would be better than more of a bigger kid because you're more stronger. But you know what I'm saying, you so big that
you're gonna be fast and strong. Where a big kid gonna be slow, he can only do so much. You will be more versatile because you're strong and still nimble.
Right. So
what's the word I'm looking for? Nimble was it, but it was another one. Flexible? That wasn't it though. It was something else.
But
that wasn't the one I was looking for. But anyways,
I would say it wasn't.
Let me stop cutting you off. I don't know.
But no, I was just during the time, like, I kind of squeezed in a little fib in high school because I felt like I shouldn't have been playing on the line, fastest lineman. I didn't fit a lineman. A lineman was a bigger kid, like.
Okay, I understand. Like when I was in the choir, right, and I got older and my voice got deeper, they wanted to move me to alto because that's where they needed me. It wasn't because they felt like I couldn't sing soprano no more, but it's because I could sing alto now, and that's where they needed me. Because think about it, I'm in elementary school. Most of the kids got squeaky voices. So once my voice started to mature and it got deeper, they could put me in alto where it wasn't a lot of kids with deeper voices. You know what I'm saying?
But the difference is I wanted to change my position. Not that they wanted to. So they asked me, what did I play?
But that's what I'm saying. They was trying to play. They wanted to play you where they needed you. And
they
you was
wanted
like...
to see what I was because it was like looking at me. You wouldn't be like, he was lying.
They told you where you were. But that's what I'm saying.
I'm transitioning. What I'm saying is during the transition, this is how I got the number 7. Is basically the story I'm telling. Right? So how I'm transitioning from PAL to high school, basically, I played a position in PAL that more of a kid on the heavier end would have played. But I was muscular, and they used me at a heavier end position.
Because that's where they needed you.
Because it worked better for them. Right, you know what I'm saying? It worked better. But I didn't know the game, so it worked better for me too, learning the game. But I was so intrigued about the game. Once I was done playing PAL, I knew I played only 2 positions, one on offense, one on defense. I knew every position on the field because I was intrigued about the game.
Yeah,
I wanted to learn. I'm like, because I knew where I was at, but after seeing people that was almost built like me playing different positions, I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. Mm-hmm. Why I'm not doing that?
Right.
So now I want to know what it is.
You just want to play football.
What it is that you're doing that, and I'm competitive. So what it is that you're doing that I can't do, and I feel like you look like me. So
as far as the physique. Right. Cause like you ain't so fast trying to go play the same thing that like a big 6'3", 200-pound 15-year-old, trying to play. Right. You more so trying to be Tyrion Arnold and motherfucking hold on, let me do this. Don't fuck me up. You trying to be Tyrion Arnold and Demo and J-Mo and the nigga with the long hair.
Something like that.
All of them pretty much got the same build to me. Some of them might be a little taller and thicker, but they all like muscle bound and not like just heavy.
Right. So when it came... No, go ahead.
Cause it's funny to me that Demo is like the bulldozer. That he the short. One. Yeah, and he like a regular size. He not even like
he's so
heavy. He don't seem like he can push through them niggas like that. So
that's what make it hard for him. He's so short. His legs so strong. He get a good base.
That's what make it hard for them. The people that he going against. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But see, I just knew that. The build that I had, and when I first played, I didn't know where they was putting me in. I didn't know this game. You know what I'm saying?
You're a kid.
So when you put me here, I'm learning. But as I'm learning, it's like I'm watching everybody else too. Yeah. So I was put in a position before I picked the position.
Well,
because I didn't know the game.
Right, but and at the end of the day, like you said, that only made it so that you learned most of the positions that you was physically able to play, and it made you more of a player of the game and not just a player of that position that you would have been locked into. Right. You was more valuable to any team you gonna go up to because you can be put anywhere there's a deficit. Not anywhere, but a lot of places that there's a deficit.
Well, people kind of had to learn that, right? Because I've only played lineman.
I mean, when you was young,
right? I've only played lineman.
That, but once you old enough to know that about yourself, when you get on the practice team, you show that and you tell the coach like, well, I have done XYZ before and you can use me here, da, 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 you know what I'm saying? And then you make sure when you practicing, you show that, oh, I can do this, oh, I can do that, or, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But first coming off of high school, I just didn't know. I had only played a couple years.
In PAL. You said first coming to high school.
To high school. I didn't know. I had only played a couple years.
So, let's get back to the number 7.
Right, that's where this came from. I wanted to move my position. Now, when you're a lineman, you cannot even wear a single digit. I wanted to move my position because...
You was tired of being a lineman.
I just knew I wasn't.
Because you wanted a number 7.
That wasn't my thing. I wasn't a lineman.
You had played it long enough. You like, I don't want to stay here.
Yeah, I wasn't. I just knew.
It until y'all need me, but I'm about to learn the other shit because I don't want to do this.
Yeah, it was more so after watching other kids in PAL, like me comparing myself and we running against each other, we racing. I'm challenging you. Let's race after practice. Let's do all that. Lifting weights during off-season. Me comparing myself to the next player that's actually my physique, but you are a running back. You are a receiver, and it's like...
So that's what made you want to do something else.
I gotta be doing something else. I gotta be, because I'm like, I ain't that. I ain't no
what
big...
do the linemen do?
That's the 300-400 pound guys that block. Oh. I'm not that. And in high school, you probably not 300 pounds. You probably at least 2 something or better. But I'm coming to high school 180. You at least 240, 250 better or better in high school as a lineman. I'm coming to high school 180, 6 foot.
Yeah, but like you said, these coaches is coaches for a reason. They grown, they didn't play the game better than you, and they know that, yeah, 230 linemen that this team about to put up against you, weak as hell. He there for a show. He not even about to be able to stop you because
in PAL, right.
Yeah, because they soft. They young still. They ain't got. He know what he got in you. But you looking at it like, oh no, I can't do that. I don't do that. That ain't my lane.
I played that.
I know you play. You was gonna play anyway because you was learning and you was a sponge and you was gonna do what they told you to do. You wasn't arrogant enough to say, I'm not gonna play that. Of course you did. That's how you learn how to be better. But I'm just saying, in the back of your mind, you was insecure. You was looking like, this is not for me. I'm not that big. You didn't have the same confidence in yourself that they had in you, and you didn't want to. Not saying that it ended up being a good thing because it gave you the drive to go after other positions and learn other positions. Right. But I'm just saying, or maybe I'm just equating it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't necessarily. It wasn't that I didn't have the confidence to sing alto. I felt like them wanting me to sing alto was a blow to my confidence because, especially when you're a kid, you think the sopranos is the ones that can sing. You know what I'm saying? You don't even understand that everybody have a tone and you could be a person that can sing and be a tenor. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. But as a 3rd grader, literally, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Alto? You know what I'm saying? It's like a couple fat girls and 5th graders and boys singing alto. Like, I'm a 3rd grader. I can hear some of the highest notes in this choir. I am a soprano. What do you mean? I didn't understand that they was telling me that I was valuable enough to where I could go to now soprano and alto. And because they had an abundance of sopranos, and they needed more altos, I was valuable enough that I could go there now, but I'm looking at it like a downgrade whole time.
It's probably opposite. It's exact reverse, basically, for me.
I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's like we wasn't satisfied in the space that God gave us at that moment. It just put me in the manner of the scripture where he says for us to be faithful in small things and he'll bless us with more. You know what I'm saying? We didn't understand that we was being put in those positions that we didn't really necessarily want to be in or didn't think we was supposed to be in because he was training us to be great.
Right. To go through the process.
Yeah. So moving right along, hit the button. I'm just saying, because we could talk about this probably all night. Start your list. You had a good list, didn't you?
I had some. I don't know if it was good, but we're gonna see. Just how good it was.
I ain't really nothing in here for
and
so you have to go to the other.
That's cool.
So yeah, y'all, this is episode 20. If we didn't say that already, we are almost legally ready to drink. Okay, we be having our little mocktails right now because we only 20. We not drinking. These is mocktails, but trust me, next week Tuesday we're gonna have Taco and Tequila Tuesdays, celebrating episode 21. Oh, I'm sorry. And yeah, so make sure y'all tune in next week for episode 21.
Don't tell nobody that we was drinking before 21.
These is mocktails though. This is this juice.
Yeah, okay. We had a couple episodes where we talked about
We was tired.
Where we talked about it too, so don't y'all tell nobody. I remember. Well, I know y'all remember. Don't y'all tell nobody, okay? Alright. Anyway. So I kind of been slacking. If you want to say slacking, I kind of been slacking. I slack sometimes because it's been a long week for me.
It's been a long year.
It's been a long week. I've been so planning on this trip that it kind of had me swindling, tied up a couple ways, but I still managed to put together something for you guys because, of course,
he's such the hostess with the mostest.
Even during rough times, thinking about you guys at all times, right? I'm always thinking about something to give to you guys, something to provide to you guys, something that'll catch you guys, something that you guys will love. I'm always thinking about that. If any time you guys feel like, hey, we want to know about this, what about that? Tell us about this. You can always tell me, right? So let me tell you what I got. Okay. I'm gonna start a little slow. This kind of caught my attention. Why? I have a personal. I just don't. Me and this guy kind of don't rock. So I look at kind of stuff that he do, and it just kind of So I don't know if this was a bad one or a good one though. So that's why I brought this to the table, because I wanted you guys to tell me before I just immediately just was like, you know what? I just feel like he was wrong for this, terrible for this, but it could have been a moment as well. G Herbo is the guy that I'm talking about. He performed on stage with his son live at Summer Smash. Now I did see him in an interview where his son called. He paused the interview because the son was like, "Hey, Dad, we still gonna do that song?" And he was like, "Yeah." The moment, great, right? His son is no older than like 12. Kid, like. I'm sure that the song that he was performing had curse words in it. Now, I'm not too positive. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard one time, I ain't gonna say it was very short, like a little quick minute, and I was kind of moving around at the same time. If I'm not mistaken, the song also had vulgar language. The kid is no older than 12. It was live in front of thousands of people at the very least. I don't want to just be a G Herbo basher because I don't like him. So I don't want to be a G Herbo basher. But I just feel like, what are you doing? I thought it wasn't really the best idea. I don't know if that's just me because how I feel about him. I wanted to know, how do other people feel about that? Was that cool? Was that a thing to do? Was that a moment? Was that like a dad and like father and son moment?
I mean, was the curse words like bleeped out?
No, he's live. No, he's live. And
when you be live, it still could bleep the curse words out of the backtrack. What you looking for, love?
I mean, he's singing word for word, and you know he's.
So the baby was cussing.
If I heard correct, yes.
He might have been. They be
Herbo is like right
kids
there, like
be cussing on TV,
like hyping them up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
I just
if you gonna let him cuss, you might as well hype him up. Shit, he out there performing. This is, you know, he teaches his son how to do what he do, perform and be a rapper. If that's what he want his son to do, he gonna be cussing pretty soon anyway. So I mean, I don't condone it. I don't think it's right. I don't like G Herbo either, so I may be a little biased too.
Right.
And
trying to be just like,
I don't care. This is our show, okay? When they came on Funny Marco's show and did that bullshit, that wasn't even their show.
Right, absolutely.
So don't nobody care about them or whether we allegedly they some assholes.
Yeah.
Allegedly G Herbo is a
yeah, right, correct.
Allegedly he a bully, and allegedly he don't want no smoke in Detroit. He gonna go to LA or wherever Funny Marco at and try to mess with the comedian guy. Oh, you want to mess with the comedy guy. Yeah. Like Charlamagne say, oh, you want to mess with the radio guy. Yeah. You wouldn't come on Young King Von like that. Yeah, or you won't come on Dirk like that, Free Dirk.
Get your shit together, man.
Stop playing with, I feel like you won't come on Carlos Miller like that. You know what I'm saying?
A funny nigga that's
not about to play with you.
I
feel like you want to play. You want to come on the skinny dude who baby mama passed away. God rest her soul.
DC.
You want to come on DC and fly like that?
Yeah. He not. I feel like
stop playing.
He ain't about to.
You gonna pick the regular like the weird guy to pick on?
Yeah, he did funny.
You damn sure not coming on Jack Funny 313 like that.
Hell no. He did Funny Marco because I feel like that's how Funny Marco is. But
that might have been staged though.
I don't even think so. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think so.
I hope it was staged.
I don't think so because it was.
But I still don't like them.
It went kind of.
Because it was him and who else?
It was him and another light skinned dude. It was G Herbo.
Your fine black ass would notice that was light skinned. I'm not. Listen, we do not discriminate against light skinned people on this channel. We love the light skins.
I just remember that. That wasn't no shot at light skins. You know.
And back in the 80s and the early 90s, light skinned people used to be mean to dark skinned people. So we kind of got PTSD from that probably.
That was no shot at though, you know what I'm saying? But I can't remember right now. It was Herbo.
Somebody else whack.
Right.
Okay, well.
Right. So. Before it gets real steep, let's get it there.
I'm not on his. I don't agree with that. He whack, but at the same time, I understand him grooming his son if that's where he's trying to get him to be a rapper. He gonna be cussing it, you know, at some point. So.
That's what they're doing.
And I don't like his baby mama either.
I just don't like him. But
the same reason why you don't like him is why I don't like his baby mama.
Understood.
They was made for each other.
I just haven't seen it. So I can't really.
And what was the straw that broke the camel back for me about her? She was mean to a Detroit person. This lady named Gina T, who make dresses, and she stole her design, had somebody else make the dress, and it was just a bunch of. She whack, dog.
That sounds like the girl
she
who stole the dance from the other girl and made it famous and started doing shows off of it. I forget her name, but we did an episode about her, and you know that she tried to say that she redid her own dances just like the other one. But anyway, we're not even talking about her.
Next.
Right. Jim Jones and Nas.
I don't like Jim Jones.
I have not heard Nas say anything, but I have heard Jim Jones talking crazy.
He want to go viral. He know he gonna go viral by him trying to come at Nas, knowing Nas is the icon and legend that he is, and Jim Jones is.
Now this is the truth allegedly as of what I've heard. Jim Jones is putting out good music now.
Okay.
But because Nas probably doesn't really care about it like that. I haven't even heard Nas even say nothing back to Jim Jones.
If he's smart, he wouldn't. That's like, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's like if Juelz Santana, and I like Juelz Santana. I like Juelz Santana way more than I like Jim Jones, okay? So that's like if, and I don't like this person that I'm finna say next against him. But that's like if Juelz Santana came out against Jay-Z and Jay-Z addressed it.
Jim Jones was just like this small to Nas as far as statistics. So I mean I understand, but I don't know what's wrong with Jim Jones. He's going through a thing right now. He's having a problem with everybody at this moment.
He's rage baiting. He's trying to be viral. He's trying to be trending. He's trying to. It's SEO, baby. To be for real, you a content creator now. We gotta recognize this shit for what it is. It's SEO. He's trying to get himself in the search engines. The more he on the vlogs, the more he talking, people gonna search it to find out what's going on. If he put his name versus a big name not like Nas, that's a SEO goal, man.
The thing, so where's Nas from?
Bridge, yep, Queens.
So Jim Jones is from Brooklyn.
I don't know. I don't like him. He's Happy Pride. It's still June, right? Happy Pride.
You said
he's Happy Pride.
Don't call it that. Call it what?
Happy Love Month.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Happy Love Month.
Okay, say that.
He wears really tight shirts, and he hasn't married that lady. It's been 20 years that he's been saying he's gonna marry her. She got down on her knee and asked him, and he said, "Yeah." And he still haven't married her because you want to know why? This is a really nice beard you got there. That's what she is to him. If you don't know what I mean, Google it, you guys.
Hair on the face.
No, that's not what a beard is. When a woman is a man's beard, that ain't what it means. He's his allegedly, because ain't no way.
A beard is the hair on the face.
Okay, let's go. Next topic, because I don't like Jim Jones, especially when I start to thinking about him and Chrissy and that whole Love and Hip Hop era.
That's just, listen, you're gonna run across people that you don't like, but what you just said,
I know you said you don't like what's the name, G Herbo.
We talked about him. I ain't say go past him because of that.
But I'm saying
right, Z.
But I'm saying we talking about Jim Jones. We talked about Jim Jones. I just don't want to stay on it for a long time, too long, because once I start to talk about that part, I'm going to get irritated, man. T-double.
Okay, understood.
You know, once I get on his personal life.
Understood.
He wet, you know what I'm saying? He not even a rapper. He's supposed to be in the muscle. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be in the... So, like, I mean, not rap, because he done been in the game for so long. I'm sure he didn't learn how to throw a couple of words together on the beat. But that nigga not nowhere compares. This shit is dog. Saying us even sitting up here entertaining him versus Nas is clearly SEO. It's a fucking joke. He cannot see Nas. If Nas was senile and had motherfucking dementia.
People want to talk whether it's SEO or not. Maybe
no, they do want to talk about it. They do, babe. I'm not saying they don't. You right. Listen. SEO is gonna work for us too. So when we put it in the file name and it's gonna work to get our shit up there too. But I'm just saying, like,
we are just gonna touch.
We're gonna talk about it because it's SEO. But in our reality, Jim Jones is a Jim joke.
But
don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's why his name Jim Jones.
Okay, but the thing is, right, before something is SEO,
excuse me.
Which is
search engine optimization.
Which is right. That's a online term before it's even that, because some people that don't even know what that is. Before it's even that, right? You're just talking about something that is a highlight, a hot topic, something that people want to hear about.
That's what make it an SEO, because it's a hot topic. Absolutely.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So before it's even that, that's what it is. So my thing is like, don't get it twisted. We don't come and just be like, hey, yo, we gonna talk about this because it's SEO. Because you see how you was just ready to just throw that off like, I don't want to talk about that. We don't just come and just talk about it.
I'm saying I don't want to talk about it because I don't like him. Not just because it's... I don't like him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the
it's because he irritates.
We don't just come and just talk about something because it's SEO.
He gonna make me feel negative energy.
Because that's definitely SEO right now. We don't just come and talk about something because it's SEO. We just talk about what's real. You know what I'm saying? That we run across that we feel like.
Oh, yeah, no, but I'm saying I feel like.
No, I wasn't saying
he doing that shit.
I was just letting the people know how real, raw.
We is real, but real, raw rap is that we only gonna talk about the shit y'all talking about. If it's not relevant, if it's not important, if it's not SEO, we ain't gonna talk about it. Because at the end of the day, we come here to serve you guys with entertainment, and we come here to enlighten you guys and fellowship and talk about different things that is interesting to all of us. Now, here's the thing. All of y'all might not know about it. It might be a small community of y'all that might know about it, and we bringing it to the masses. Double is great at finding low-key stories, you know, off the grid news and stories that everybody not talking about. But it's interesting to somebody, and be grateful to us because we out here shooting in the gym. Y'all shoot with us, but he's shooting hard in the gym, getting these stories that I'm like, what? Half of the stuff he be talking about, I don't even know. Y'all see him over here writing down as he's talking. I'm taking notes.
We definitely both shooting.
I'm taking notes.
It's a back-to-back deal. Sometimes I got nothing for you.
I love it though.
And then sometimes I bounce off.
I love it though. I love it. Hey, let's give T-Double his flowers, right? Because he's really coming into himself as a host, and I'm so proud of him. Okay, because y'all know he kind of like an introvert. Probably. He don't do a whole lot of talking like how I do, but he been doing really good.
But I'm working. I'm a piece of work. One thing I am is a piece of work, but I have progressed to be worth the piece of work. It's a progression. It's a progression. I have progressed to be worth the piece of work that you know what I'm saying, that I am. So,
I can agree. I can attest to that as far as I can see.
Yeah. So, you know, things happen. I ran across.
I'm just saying
a post today on my Facebook, and I reshared it. Is
a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Absolutely not what it said. I'm gonna tell you. It say you gonna go through 3 stages in life. This lessons and blessings. I want that guarantee. You cannot miss those. Those are 3 guaranteed. You gonna lose. You gonna learn. And I guarantee you gonna get blessed somewhere in there. It's guaranteed. You can't miss those. You can't miss those. And I felt that. I felt that in every way. Every way. Right now where I'm at, I have ran to all 3 of those encounters in multiple occasions. Multiple occasions.
Can I tell you what Holy Spirit gave me just now? Nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. Right? So what we think is a loss, right? It start off as a loss. So yeah, you're right though. I'm not saying you're not right about none of this. But he kind of elaborated on it, and he says that yes, you're gonna experience what your flesh, what you as your carnal thinking on your own, leaning on your own understanding, it looks like a loss, right? But then you get closer to him, you read your Bible, you learn that there's nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. And he uses everything that you think you lost. He flips it, slaps it up, flips it, rubs it down, and he supplements You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's not a loss, like you said. What you think is a loss, what starts out as a loss, what the devil thinks is a loss, what the devil thinks he's stealing from you, God restores, renews, rejuvenates, replaces, and it's not a loss. It's actually a lesson. You learn that you have probably idolized that thing that you thought you lost, that thing that you thought was so important, that thing that you looked at as if it was a loss.
Been a thing, a place, a person. It could have been anything.
That's what I mean when I say
it could have been anything that you thought. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. I'm with you the whole way.
So you learn the lesson that that thing can't replace the blessing that God got for you.
Because all along, that's what it was in the making. You feel me? You just had to stick it out. It was that.
Patience.
It was a blessing in the making. And sometimes you don't understand. But the thing is, you don't question. You don't question because you don't know. You don't know. You already was placed here
You
before.
don't question because you don't know?
You don't question God because you don't know.
I don't agree with that.
You don't have the answer to why that anything that happened.
You better question God because that's how you find out.
I feel like you don't. Question is the wrong way to put it, right? You talk to him. You don't question. Questioning because people get, why did this happen to me? Well, why you don't? Because you just not in a place where you understand yet. Come and talk to me.
But okay. So I don't agree because I'm at a place and I'm at a season in my life where I'm asking God, why did this happen to me, and what do you want me to learn from this situation, and how can I avoid repeating it? Because I feel like stuff happens, especially when you feel like, you know, at 41, I have started to see patterns in certain things. And so I'm like, yeah, why do I keep seeing this pattern? And I feel like I done changed up a lot of my actions, you know what I'm saying? But I still keep seeing the same patterns in my life. Why? Yes, why? Because I want to change it.
So what's the one thing that's heard majority of the time? What's the most thing that you hear he don't do is make mistakes, right? So to question somebody that don't make mistakes, right?
That's for your understanding.
Right.
You're not saying
right.
You're not questioning to say that he wrong. You questioning to say you don't get it. Why, God? I know you know why. But help me see why.
So I'm not questioning you why. I'm coming to talk to you to get a better understanding. Can you please help me just understand? Can you please help me understand what it is that's going on? If you can put me in a better light to help me see what it is.
Is that not questioning?
That's talking. That's having a conversation. That's what I feel.
Okay, let's move on to the next thing.
Moving forward, because it don't have to be in question form, but moving forward.
It's my turn. You ain't gonna read no more of your paper? Yeah, I got a lot of papers. But
no,
you've been doing great. You see, I gotta start about all of your stuff.
Shout out OKC winning the championship.
Is that who you wanted to win?
I didn't pick nobody specifically.
Seems like they always win.
But shout out OKC. SGA got 2 MVPs.
What do that mean? I'm sorry. What's the SGA?
That's his name. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, and you said he got what?
2 MVPs. He got league MVP and he got I think he got 3. If I'm not mistaken, he got league MVP, playoff MVP, and finals MVP. Shout out for that. That's never been done. If he did that, that's never been done, and I think that's what happened.
Okay.
OKC, Shea, SGA. He played a good game. He's been playing great. Prayers up for Tyrese Halliburton. I hope he heals up fast. He went down game 7. It probably would have been a different game. Let Tyrese Halliburton stay.
And he was in Indiana. That's what somebody said on the radio.
It probably been a different game. Let Tyrese Halliburton stay in. Tyrese Halliburton is a hell of a player. He's been showing ass, and they said, at the beginning, I seen a video that Kendrick Perkins tried to say when Tyrese Halliburton signed his deal at the beginning of the year that he wasn't going to be nothing because, he said when these players, these young players sign these big deals, they don't play no more for real. They don't care. They just want the money. Halliburton has been a ball player.
He want the legendary status.
Ball player. He took it back to when he won one game. He played for the Pacers. Reggie Miller played for the Pacers. Reggie Miller, they had a game of playoffs where Halliburton did the same celebration. Reggie Miller went crazy. Like, if Halliburton wouldn't have got hurt, and it's not, and I don't like when people say the Vegas deal because I'm a sports person. I have not played professional sports, and I have not played collegiate sports, but I've been to collegiate sports games and definitely professional sports games. It's hard for you to say that is rigged to the point where I can intentionally go out here and anybody could play a bad game on purpose, but I could play a bad game on national television and make it look like I was trying. That's honestly hard. If you're trying, you're trying. If you're trying and you're fucking up on purpose, it's easy to tell. It's just a difference. Like, oh yeah, you wasn't even trying to catch that shit, or you ain't running. Like, what are you doing? Quarterback type shit. Everybody always question Jared Goff. What the fuck? This nigga Rig, you doing some bullshit. The game cannot. I just feel like it's certain points that cannot be, and that's why it's just a whole thing. Like, you cannot set up at that we gonna run a whole game, and at the end you only gonna be down by 2 points, and you gonna be set up to kick a field goal with 3 seconds left. You know how hard that is on national television?
Like, what do it matter that they're on TV?
Because you gotta go by the rules. You know how many people see that?
Oh, okay.
You gotta go by the rules. Yeah. You know how many refs them got ridiculed for making wrong plays, wrong calls.
And motherfuckers, everybody got a camera, so you can't even just go by the camera.
Television now. You getting ridiculed.
You can't even go by the television cameras though. Motherfuckers got phone cameras in
here.
They
record. They can rewind their TV.
Yeah.
You're getting ridiculed.
Right.
You cannot. When motherfucker feel like it's the wrong play, and it ain't gotta be the wrong play. You know how many times he about to share this shit? Look how my team got cheated.
Yeah.
And that ain't even gotta be the case.
Yeah.
But when it's blatant, it's hard to fake. And that's I feel like people say that because they don't really understand the dynamic of sports. Literally, a team can be winning the whole game and lose in the last couple seconds.
Yeah.
You cannot script that and make it look real. No edits. No. They out here about to fight each other. That's fake. I can't fight for fake. That's something.
The wrestlers do it.
But we are on a whole nother sport. We're playing football, but we're breaking a sport to fight that pause. TV on. I can't fake that. You gotta know that it is not what you think. The thing is, people always want to say, well, how did Vegas have the numbers and this? It comes to analytics. They've been keeping numbers all year round. Analytics. They've been keeping numbers all year round. Mm-hmm. They know this person since this person was able to record a stat, period. High school, college, pro. They know this person. They know tendencies. Sometimes they wrong.
Excuse me.
The thing is, you got to catch it, right? But people get so caught up in I bet so much. I know I would have caught it. It just didn't work that way.
People gonna always try to make excuses and make shit seem like it ain't their fault. So that's You know, shout out to them though. Shout out to OKC.
Yeah, shout out my boy.
And to the Pacers, but prayers up to Halliburton. I don't like the Pacers, so
I mean
that's neither here nor there.
The game is changing. We ain't gonna focus on the older players. I feel like I don't. Anyway, it ain't
about the players. I'm a Pistons fan because I'm a fan of all my Detroit teams.
As you should be.
And I have certain teams, other teams that I feel like we have a rivalry with in my mind that I don't like on each sport. Football and basketball. Basketball, I don't like the Pacers. I think it's obviously why. And I don't like I don't like the Spurs at all.
I'm gonna do two more.
I'm gonna be negative and talk about the Spurs and the Pacers and how they some losers. Next.
I'm gonna do two more. This what I'm gonna touch right now. This stood out to me very specifically. Juneteenth just passed. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
Because you free.
I hope that y'all celebrate it in the best way that y'all wanted to.
Free.
If you don't know what Juneteenth is about, please do your research.
It's when the slaves in Texas found out that the Emancipation Proclamation had been signed like 2, 3, 5, 6 years after the shit was there.
Please understand, you know what I'm saying, why we celebrate, because the thing is, it was, it's a thing that it's been held from us for so long. We just got granted.
Thank you, Biden, Uncle Joe. And
they're already trying to take it away.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
So the thing is, understand your history.
You see who in charge.
Know when you about to vote, what you're voting for. Us taxpayers, we pay a lot of money to a lot of the BS. I was just thinking about this earlier. I'm not gonna make the subject long or nothing like that, but just talking on topic. I was thinking about this earlier. I do a lot of bus catching, public transportation, right? Sorry, tied up.
Not a lot.
No, I just want to say this, right? I just generally do, right? And the thing is, what I want bus drivers here to understand is this. I have been disrespected by bus drivers to some of the maximum. A lady told me, if you not standing right in this exact spot, you won't get picked up. And I'm 4 steps away from the spot. She said, well, try me tomorrow. I guarantee you I'm going to leave you. The thing is, baby, I'm coming downtown to work. I am a taxpayer, what that means, right? How do you get your check? Can you stop playing with me acting like them $2 is paying all of y'all salary? Y'all getting money from taxpayers. Stop talking to people crazy. I've never asked for free. I'm paying my way. I'm telling you, I'm right here. She said, I'm going to leave you next time. Why the disrespect? The disrespect is crazy from people. And then I get so much respect from other ones. That's like, oh my God, they doing this?
You talking about other ones?
No, other bus drivers. Like,
so they
everybody's the same. Everybody's like that. But you got some of
this
that's
specific
like,
lady.
That was a young girl at the time that she told me I would leave you. I've had so many problems to the point where, you know, you can buy your bus ticket on the phone. Now I'm getting on the bus. I got my bus ticket on my phone. That's how I always buy them. I always do it the same way. I hold it so he can see it. He, she, whatever. When I'm coming up. So I hold it up and he act like he looking, so I hold it closer. And he say, damn, you ain't gotta hold it that close. Well, why the fuck you acting like you need to see it that close? Don't talk to me crazy though. That's my whole thing. Am I asking you for something? Am I trying to scam you? I'm paying my fare. I'm just like regular. Just say, hey bro, like you ain't got, I can see it. I can, whatever, right? He blatantly said, damn, you ain't gotta hold it that close. And that's why I said, well, damn, you ain't got to get up and look like you can't see it. Right. Now I got an attitude. Because you got an attitude with me. I'm mad.
Right, but because they in some type of position of, not necessarily of authority, but because they know they got something on you.
They in the union.
As far as their being you catching the bus.
It's your word against theirs. Deal with a bunch of crazy motherfuckers every day. It's your word against theirs. Quick story time, and then we're going to switch this. Quick story time. I got a friend that I went to school with. He drive a bus. I was catching the bus from work one day, and the dude passed me specifically. He pulled up next.
Your friend that you used to go to school with passed you?
No, the dude before him pulled up. He was not even supposed to be picking me up. He was about to go on break. He pulled up right after because he seen the dude in front of him pass me, and he said, was you supposed to get on that? I said, yeah, I was supposed to get on that one. And he said, he just straight passed you? I said, yeah. He said, man, don't worry about it. I'm about to loop around. I'm going to come back and get you. He said, but I'm going to try to go and get him. You also have to tell him that he got to come and get y'all. Like, he got to pick people up on that. I'm going to try to let him know that on the way for my break. Whatever you doing, bro, is whatever you doing. That's part of you. Whatever you feel like that's part of your job, right? So,
or whatever yeah. Because you probably got a little bit.
Just part of your people. I don't care about that, right? Cool.
As far as saving the coworker.
Right. I still have to stand outside. I still have to stand outside a couple minutes, right? Which is cool. I'm frustrated, right? This is what really pissed me off. After he did that, we had to wait on him, which is about another 15, 20 minutes, because he had a little break in between, a little bathroom break, whatever, right? And to come back around. When he came back around and picked us up, he's about to get off. So when he goes down to when he's about to get off, he's getting off during the route. I see the exchange over. He tells the guy about what happened. Hey, yo, the dude before left and whoop, so it's probably a lot of people staying. He said, man, I'm probably going to tell him tomorrow. I'm probably just going to let him know. He said, man, don't tell on him, bro. Whatever you do, don't tell on him. I immediately got mad. And I said, well, what if that was your grandma standing out here? You wouldn't want nobody to tell? That's crazy. Payers can pay for your check, but he in the union. He not getting fired anyway. What's the worst? He getting punishment? Stop playing with me. You should be told on. Because if you going anywhere else, bus drivers just feel, and not all of them, they feel just so obligated. You can't give me this and I drive the bus? I've seen it. They act like they can't spend money and they want to use your bathroom. Oh, we told them, you can't use the bathroom here unless you spend money. They stop coming. I don't like it. But then...
Talking about at your job currently.
I just don't like it. How do you play us out here every day? We are taxpayers to your check. This is how you make your money. And you can talk to us crazy? You can just leave us hanging when you want to?
Man, I bet you they passed up so many people today.
On the regular, just because.
Because it's hot. They trying to hurry up. There's too many people on here already.
It's not right. It's not right.
People trying to get down to the fireworks. They probably was passing up little groups of kids. God.
And the thing is, people be saying like, you know what, stop spending your money on. But the thing is, right, it's so hard for people to stop catching public transportation. But... if the case need be, if we could do it for a month straight, just 30 days, stop doing it. Catching public transportation. Do it as least as possible.
And you remember that's just the bus boycott of 1955.
I just feel like it's so crazy
nowadays. You can't do it and it's been done.
We just got to come together, something crazy to be able to do that, but it's just got to be a level of respect, and I just don't like where it's at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm a public transportation catcher or whatever. I'm provided by public transportation, and I don't like how they treat people. I'm a regular person that has to deal with a lot of BS attitudes in between. I'm not saying that you're going to have the best day at work. Some days I don't have the best day, but it's not a day that any customer could come and tell you that I came out and gave them attitude because I wasn't having a good day. Regardless, you got the best out of it. Customers, for sure. Employees, I cannot say the same. Customers, I'm the nicest. You didn't ask me to be here. So she took it for a minute, and she was like, you know what? Take my fucking car down. Give me my keys. Give me my car. I'm done with y'all. I don't want y'all to touch my shit. So they kind of was puzzled for a minute, like, wait, what? She like, yeah, that's my car. Put my shit down. Give me my keys. I want my car. So they was kind of like stuck. Like, so when she basically exited the lobby and shit, they kind of was like, well, what is she mad for? Like, and this is a video about. You can go check it out on YouTube. And they like, what is she mad for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was a lady that was a customer
who explained it to him.
Also, like this. No, she kind of didn't know neither. Everybody was kind of froze. Like, oh, I don't know why she was mad. Like, it was kind of everybody was being so judgmental. She was like cornered in. So,
oh, the black lady was still there?
No, she left.
Okay.
So the thing was, afterwards, she shared the video.
Of course.
They had so many reviews of them. Everybody just explaining
how they was racist.
What Juneteenth is to them because they didn't know what Juneteenth was.
Okay.
To the point where when I tried to go and comment, because I did,
the comments
was cut off. You can't comment.
This is on Facebook?
On Yelp. Google Yelp.
Yelp. Oh. Okay.
Their name was Synergy Auto Care in North Carolina.
Okay.
I specifically tried to comment on that because I watched the whole video and I watched it multiple times.
Okay.
You cannot comment.
You gotta share that on our
yeah, absolutely. You cannot comment, but I just thought.
So yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I'm about to ask you. So what did you think about that?
I just thought that was specifically racial slurs at a point where you kind of felt like you had this lady cornered and she was just gonna still accept.
She was only okay.
You gotta watch the video. Y'all gotta watch the video.
Did you share it on Time to Talk It Out Facebook page?
I will. I don't think I have, but I will. This is something that I remember because listen, y'all know I'm always doing work everywhere. I'm on a lot of sites. I'm on a bunch of them.
Share it on Time to Talk It Out.
I'm gonna give you guys a tag. We're gonna put it there. I'm gonna try to clip a little video so we can try to put it somewhere in here.
Just make sure I have it and I can do that. You know, I even though you can too, but you gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm off, so
right.
I can do that
by me, I wasn't saying I was gonna do it. I was by me. I wasn't saying me. I'm sorry.
Cause we one person. No.
I was just saying.
We are partners. We business partners.
Absolutely so.
We travel partners. We eating partners. We friends.
Absolutely. And
I love him.
Whoever that lady was, I don't know her name to be exact. I'm sorry for not knowing that. But I want to commend you for just being who you are and not accepting nothing less than you stand for something or you fall for anything. I commend you.
That's my motto. That was one of my first. Yeah.
I definitely. For that, I really want to find out her name.
Stand for something or you fall for anything.
I really want to find out her name to shout her out.
Integrity. That's what it is.
In the next episode, and that's my business. But very well, not least. Last but not least, you guys know I love local. I love local news because I love something that I can actually tell you about. I know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I love local. And I love my people.
We in Detroit, by the way.
We are one as of the 313. Before they change our area codes, y'all know they changing that, right? We're running out of 313.
Yeah, but they're not changing it. They're adding.
Right. So if you got 313, you're gonna keep it, but you cannot continuously.
That's what I'm saying.
Get
they're
it.
not changing
right.
it. Yeah, they're gonna add.
It's kind of like a changer too, because you're like, well, I want a 313, and then it's like you can't get that. So you no longer can get 313 after a while. You better get, if you want a 313, you better get it now. we are in Detroit, right? And you know, we love the kids for sure. Coming up, seeing kids do great things is something that we love. We put on for the kids less fortunate. Just, you know what I'm saying? The kids period, the less fortunate period, you know what I'm saying? The older, the elderly. That's what we all about, support. I ran across an article. I'm kind of mad that I didn't mention the young lady's name, but she's out of Crystal Ray High School, and that's in like Southwest. Crystal Ray High School, and she's going to Harvard. Full ride. She was accepted into 11 other schools. I'm sure some of them were ever some of those other schools were Ivy League as well, and they were all willing to take her for a ride. And just from home to see what we're progressing to, I can just remember being a kid coming out of high school, playing sports out of Detroit Public High School, playing sports. For a ride was a long. You had to do so much, you know.
And yeah.
And to see that.
Congratulations, little mama.
Absolutely. I'm so mad that the article didn't show her name, but we will show her picture.
Send it to me.
But yeah, we'll do that. But I'm just proud of
that's awesome.
Where
last but definitely not least, we saved the best for last. I'm sorry, you proud that where we
have came from. Seeing as how where I was
most
in high
of our
school,
schools was illiterate, all kind of bullshit.
The hustle that you had to give. Don't get me wrong, I love a hustle, but the hustle that you had to give, it didn't pay out what it should have paid out because of where we were. But the attention that we get now from just all
high
over, just global, just everywhere.
Let me ask you something before I forget. So, do high school kids get NILs?
You can.
Okay.
Now you can. You can. Okay. Yeah, you can.
I'm sorry.
But just to be where we are, like the acknowledgement globally from everybody, to be in the NFL, Detroit as a city, to be in the NFL, to have 17 starters, to come from where overlooked place to where we got the most starters and one acknowledgeable sport, 17 stars in the NFL. We was the most. We led the NFL with the most starters at one time, and the whole NFL.
Period.
17 of them came from Detroit.
Period.
You know what I'm
starters
saying?
in what?
NFL, in the football league. National Football League, just in the NFL.
Congratulations to us for that, because we deserve all the accolades and roses we can get, because they've been digging us in the ground for so long.
It's been a long time since acknowledgement, you know, and I.
But we breaking generational curses on our families, and that includes our Lions Den family. Generational curses is breaking over here. Y'all better get ready for us to win the Super Bowl, but that's a whole nother show.
Everywhere. The Tigers, #1.
Tigers, you know, they done won. They've been winning. Pistons been winning, but the curse has been on the Lions Den for a minute.
Just because we won before, like, don't mean that we don't celebrate the people.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I wasn't saying that. I just wanted to acknowledge the curse that's been on the Lions, as opposed to how the rest of us has won. The Pistons won, the Tigers won, the Red Wings won, the Spartans won, anyway, next. You know?
No, I don't think I think
the Spartans ain't never won.
I think they've been very close. That's been my team too. When they had Charles Rogers, they won the national. They
your team, period.
That's my squad. I love them.
So you would know if they won. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
I thought they won at least once.
No. But but I get you. Yeah, we just rooting for all Detroit sports.
First of all, I'm rooting for everybody black.
Michigan sports.
And I'm rooting for everybody from the mitten. We're going to take the other M word off the front. It's just the mitten. We warm and cozy over here, baby. It's my turn. I'm hot. I'm hot. like for you. It's my turn. All right. So, y'all seen I've been looking down the whole show. Okay, I apologize. No disrespect. I was late. I didn't get my research done in time. Excuse me. I had to transfer my notes because my phone. Anyway, no excuses. I apologize. Okay. So some of this stuff I really don't know a lot about. I might be looking down on my phone again because I might have to look and get a little insight. But I feel like this is a good time to ask you guys for more engagement on these next stories. If I don't know a lot about it, I want y'all to leave me a comment and tell me your thoughts on these trending topics that I have picked to bring up on tonight's episode of Time to Talk About Podcast. Okay, so this is my picks for trending topics, social media shenanigans, whatever we want to call it. Okay. First things first, y'all already know how I feel about our girl Kiki. Okay. I love all the Kikis in urban black culture, okay? Kiki Wyatt, okay. She is a treasure, but that's not who I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about Keke Palmer, okay? Now, we already know she had her little issues with her baby daddy a couple of months ago, last year, whatever, the whole Usher dilemma. But girl is really coming into herself. Like, I don't even want to talk about that bull crap. I had to acknowledge it because I know y'all wanted to bring it up. Okay, she dumped her baby daddy, big deal. They working it out. He know who she is, and he's acting accordingly. He now knows that the internet is not about to let him play with Keke Palmer, right?
As far as I know, so this is new to me, so I'm all ears.
What's new to you, baby? You ain't know that Keke Palmer had got into it with her baby daddy?
No, that
about
I
Usher
knew about, but I'm to
this
the
part.
point that you're coming about.
The new part, yeah, because it's kind of new to me. When I did my research, I was like, "What's trending right now? Like, what's popping?" Because I ain't been online. I asked Google, my girl Cat, and apparently she has done some type of super duper reenactment of Whitney Houston and her a video. I can't remember which one it was, but y'all put it. Tell me which one it was. No, I guess I do. It's not right, but it's okay. And that had Kelly Price in it, didn't it? No. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Not in the song. I think that's all Whitney in the song.
But it's not right, but it's okay. I think that is her by herself. But either way it go, listen, y'all. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because Keke Palmer, I love her so much. She reminds me a lot of my daughter. They both, got the chocolate brown thing going on, as does both of their moms. Okay. But it's just like how she just seems so like supernaturally focused and like even when she get faced with some drama and bullcrap, she end up spinning it just the right way. Like when the issue went down with her baby daddy after the Usher concert, she went and did the video with Usher, kind of like, did you see that?
I did not.
I'll have to show you. She did a video with Usher right after that, where they kind of like parodied the situation between.
I don't like.
I mean, well, I don't like crush on Usher, but I do like Usher music.
Yeah, I just don't like him as a person.
Why? Kind of like how I don't like. Who was you just talking about earlier? I don't like Jim Jones. Why you don't like Usher? Because he was supposed to be giving people the H.
No, I just don't. I don't like Usher because he hugged on Alicia Keys at the Super Bowl. And that was just too much.
Oh my God. I totally forgot about that. But wait a minute.
Okay. I don't like him.
Understandable. But okay, so before that happened, did you not like Usher?
His music was he wasn't like, Usher. I want to listen to Usher. His music, if it come on,
it was you found a couple of songs.
Yeah, I really don't like him. Like,
So what about Swiss Beats? She married him. He married her. She be like swallowing his whole body, probably.
Never. She never did.
Okay.
Yeah, that never happened. But yeah, I never liked him anyway, so it wasn't even
Even before he got with her. You didn't even know nothing about him before he got with her.
I definitely, because he was on T.I. I knew Swiss Beats. Listen, one thing is, I love this, right? When people try to...
who is people?
No, I love when people try to...
Who is people?
I love when people try to trivia me on music.
Who is people?
To try to say, oh, you don't know this, or that ain't your time frame, or you ain't never heard this before. I
didn't say you never heard. I just said you wasn't listening to him. Like, that wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
I knew who Swiss Beats was. I heard a lot of Swiss Beats back then. When I say
Ring the Tambourine coming in. Yeah, you knew, because he was, anyways.
Right. Okay, so I know. That's it.
He banging your girl back out right now. Absolutely. They probably banging, I'm sorry. That's her husband.
What up, though?
What up, though? Sent Tim Beats. Did you tell him to do this?
Nah, listen, you talking about Swiss Beats. Yeah.
Tim Beats, Tim T-Double, Swiss Beats. Send us your song. Send it.
Tim Beats, man.
Oh, is it on YouTube? Because I'm going to do it. But dang, we might get put off YouTube. We doing good, thank you, babes. Send us your song. I'm finna pull it up on YouTube.
My right, Tim Beats, my right. I'm
finna pull it up, and if I can't play it tonight.
Where you from, Tim Beats? We got Tim Beats in the building, y'all.
Shout out. Okay. We fucks with y'all. We from the D, but we love Chicago.
You got a YouTube or something where your shit at? We'll shout your shit out right now,
I'm finna look it up now, baby. First of all, I love your name.
Tim Beats. That's lit. That's good.
I love your first name, the first part of it.
Y'all check out
first,
Tim Beats,
and then Beats too, because I like beats.
Tim
Beats. Hold on. Now, how many songs you got on here? What's the name of the song?
Yeah, man.
What's up, y'all? First of all, y'all gotta understand, when we be doing our podcast on YouTube, we're also going live on some of the socials. So right now, we're live on Tagged, and we have the one and only Tim Beats from straight up out of Chicago. What part of Chicago are you from, Tim? He's live with us on Tagged, and we're going to give you guys an exclusive look at about 10 seconds. Then we're going to pause and maybe do another 10 seconds because we ain't trying to get copywritten. We're going to play some of his music for y'all right quick. Southside, period, because what other side is there?
My right, Tim Beats.
I'm about to put it in Google, or is this YouTube I'm on? I'm feeling good.
How long you been doing music for, Tim Beats? How long you been doing music?
I love that.
My boy Tim Beats.
Tim, is that featuring Beezy? I want to make sure I don't play nobody else shit. He bet not be from 63rd. Or the old block at this point, because I ain't trying to have no type of beef.
Rick James, bitch. Okay, Rick James. He's
out from 73rd. Okay.
How long you been doing music for, Tim Beats? How long you been doing music for? We got Tim Beats in here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sorry y'all can't see this, but we're going to try to get away where y'all kind of understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We got my boy Tim Beats in here. He from Chicago, Chi-Town. Shout out Chi-Town. And he got a song that he want us to...
Hold on, y'all. We got some problems on my phone. Okay, here we go.
We appreciate the love. We appreciate the love, Rick James. Okay, this Tim
Ratchet,
Beats.
you know me. I'm just here to show love. Period. I appreciate that. Once I find out who you is.
This Tim Beats. Shout out Tim Beats, y'all. Hey, go check him out, man. If you like this, man, check him out. Hey, Tim Beats, we gonna start doing music ratings on here. If you got it like that, you feel me? We gonna let the people hear it. We gonna start doing that.
He said he don't give a fuck. He not playing.
She hit my line. Listen, okay, Tim Beats was... Listen, I like the beat. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me be straight up with you. I like the beat and the melody. I ain't really get to hear the words, but the beat and the melody sound good.
Yeah, he so riding far. It. He riding the beat.
The beat and the melody sound good so far. Shout out Tim Beats, y'all.
It's be saying mostly?
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna do a video about that because like,
I'm gonna be straight up with you. It just, I like that it don't sound like Chicago. You feel me?
Check him out, y'all.
It ain't got a Chicago stamp on it to the point where if I heard, I'm gonna be like, he from Chicago. If I heard, I'm gonna listen to it for a minute. Shout out to Beach, y'all. Hey, we appreciate you sending that music in, bro.
Yeah, for real though.
We appreciate you sending that music in. Now yeah. Listen,
he finna lose us.
Listen, I think I understand.
He finna lose us.
You feeling like you good at your music, bro? Feel like you good, but just claim your stand, bro. Just
you got Jesus with you, baby, but you is not him. So you might need to go take your medication, but don't get blocked because Jen don't play like that. So, anyways. So yes, Keke Palmer is on her. She's on her grown woman. Okay, she's a mother. Okay, she's 30 and she got a child now, and she's doing strategic things in the industry. So if you guys are a fan of hers, rally behind her. You guys give her encouragement, because you know she's really doing her thing, and I really love her. One thing I love about Keke Palmer is she loves to give people their flowers. I saw a clip of her giving Megan Good her flowers. And you know, Megan Good only maybe like 5 to 9 years older than Keke Palmer. But Keke Palmer told Megan Good, like, girl, I look up to you. You was one of my mentors in the industry, da 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 da. And speaking of Megan Good, you guys, you know, she used to be married to that preacher. And I was so shocked when they divorced. Like, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. And I was sad for a long time. I was like, if she, Megan Good, can't keep a preacher in a marriage, we ain't got a chance. Ladies.
Jonathan Majors or something like that.
Now she has got remarried, you guys. And she's now with Jonathan Majors. Yes, she is. And we all know, I don't know if y'all can hear me because we had some technical difficulties, but she got remarried, and it was to Jonathan Majors. And y'all know when they got together, it was during the middle of his controversy with his ex, the wonderful lady who threatened him. I mean, well, she did threaten him, come to find out, allegedly, but who accused him of DV, right? So everybody was looking at Megan Good like, girl, like, you coming in on this scandal, you holding this man down. You know, you had a good God-fearing pastor, and you done let the pastor go for a DVer. Like, come on, girl. Everybody was looking at her like that, but I don't know. The Holy Spirit must have put on her heart to stick behind Jonathan Majors, because she did just that, and they have become husband and wife, and I'm here for it. Whatever God say. There's no condemnation in Christ. She is a true believer and a true follower of Christ, and somebody who got a relationship with Christ, not just say they're a Christian. So the first thing God tells you that you have to do is forgive. So, you know, and then it was already proven that some of that stuff that old girl was saying about Jonathan Majors wasn't completely true. So let's be for real. Nah, I'm always for the victims. But if somebody is not a true survivor, but they are a manipulator and liar to the system, I'm not for that. So, but shout out to Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. They was giving major PDA at like a award ceremony or something like that. So I'm happy for them. Like, shout out to them. Black love, black excellence. Speaking of black love and black excellence, okay, for all of you guys who watch Power, okay, the whole franchise, but especially Power book 3, Raising Kanan. You guys know Unique from Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, and the girl from Star. No, is it Star? No, not Star. Empire. Soraya. Joey Badass and Soraya welcomed their baby boy into the world recently, a couple of days ago. Healthy, beautiful baby boy. First of all, I love them. Soraya was dating Jay Lattimore. What's his name? The boy from The Chi. Soraya used to date the boy from The Chi for a long time, but apparently he wasn't doing right, and he lost her to Joey Badass. And Joey Badass was like, okay, well, I'm not going to play no games. I'm going to go ahead and pump one up in her before she get away. So, Joey Badass and Soraya, congratulations to you guys. We love you, and I gotta catch up on the end of Power Raising Kanan this last season. I don't know what happened with Joey Badass, but I'm glad that he came back this season because he missed all last season because we thought he was dead. So that's a whole nother story. If you don't know, spoiler alert.
So, you know what? My bad to interrupt your
No, go ahead.
To interrupt your but since we're talking about, I heard a lot about a TV series that I heard is supposed to be a spinoff made on, and Snowfall. Everybody tells me
there's about
that
to be a spinoff.
Snowfall, but now they're making a spinoff. So I feel like I need to see it fast before people start saying, man, even the spinoff is good. So
the spinoff is gonna be good.
Yeah, so
the spinoff is gonna be good because the spinoff is about his best friend who, because if you know, Snowfall was basically about the one dude, the one young guy, whatever.
So in order to watch the spinoff, you gotta watch.
I don't know. I haven't seen the previews, or I haven't done my research on the spinoff to know, but I mean, I could put you up on game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be about his best friend and his best friend and his girlfriend, who he was a dealer, and they was young teenagers at first, and his girlfriend ended up getting introduced to the drug and getting addicted, but he stayed down and helped her get clean. And they ended up moving to Ghana.
Right, so to understand the spinoff, you would have to watch.
Not necessarily. It all depends, on who's writing the spinoff. Because if the person that writes the spinoff got half a brain, they'll make it to where they explain it in the writing of the spinoff. Unless they just trying to make you have to go watch.
I feel like that's what they're going to want to do. They're going to make you want to have to go and watch it. So I feel like the person who's the director, I'm going to spin off, but since my spinoff ain't a remake, right? I'm not doubling back and doing what you did in my own way. I'm taking what you did and basically making a sequel, right? So now I feel like to understand, it's almost like the 50 Cent shit, right? You can watch Ghost and be like, oh yeah, that's Book of Ghosts, but you won't understand for real unless you go all the way back and watch Power, and then you gonna understand Book of Eli, Book of Ghost. You gonna understand where they came from as a character.
Okay, stop. Book of Eli don't have nothing to do with that. So
I could have sworn he named one of them that. But
no.
Okay, maybe not.
No. Book of Eli is a movie with Denzel.
Okay. My bad.
That's why I say stop. They're all gonna laugh at you, babe.
That's okay. Everybody make mistakes, I'm sure. We do it on a regular, but I would. That's it.
Yes. Shout out to all of them. First of all, if you guys are in the Midwest, especially in Detroit, apparently they about to close down like a gang of Kroger, the grocery store. So Kroger is a Midwest, especially Detroit, Southeast Michigan. Kroger is a grocery chain, but they got to be about to close more than just the ones around here, because they said like 60 of them is about to close. So I just wanted to let y'all know that Kroger about to close. So go get them 10 for 10 deals and all of them deals that Kroger be having. Because I don't shop at Kroger. Honestly, I don't. I just don't. I don't. Because I'm a hood chick, right? So I would have to go out of my way to go to Kroger. They don't give us a Kroger in the hood. And honestly, I feel like if I got to go too far out of my jurisdiction and my comfort zone to patronize your establishment, that means you on some bull and you ain't making yourself readily available to me, and I don't have to go through that. I can find somebody who's willing to come closer to me and give them my money than to like go out my way to patronize, you know. So, all of you people, I'm playing. I'm serious. Boycott Target is still going on, so stop going to Target. But you ain't gonna be able to go to Kroger either in a minute, because like 60 of them around the area is closing. So that was pretty much it for the social media stuff. Did you want to continue handsome face, or did you want to do like a would you rather? I think like we could even possibly record some stuff tomorrow to have to put out Monday and still do live Tuesday, just so we don't miss our Monday audience who is diehard live fans. Anyway,
I kind of feel like if we already skipping the
we can tape but just not go live part, you know?
Right. I feel like we already skipping the go. What's wrong with just doing it Tuesday and just probably? I mean, and
ain't nothing wrong with it. I never said nothing was wrong with it, so never mind. We just gonna go with that, because I didn't say it was no. I was just saying we could do both. I didn't say it was nothing wrong with it. It was, I told you it was everything right. It made sense. We could incorporate Taco Tuesday and tequila. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
it's episode 21.
That's fine. I'm not. I was just asking. I'm not a.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. No, you was like, "What's wrong with it?" And I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with it. I didn't say nothing wrong with it. It was, you know, it makes sense to tape on Tuesday. That's why I didn't say let's not tape on Tuesday.
So you want to do another one?
I was just saying if we ain't doing nothing crazy, or if it's not too crazy hot tomorrow, we can tape a short one tomorrow that we could set and schedule to upload Monday night, that we don't have to do nothing. We could put it in there tomorrow night, but it won't upload until Monday night. So our audience that come looking for us on Monday will have something to see. Even if it's just a short little 30-minute Q&A or a 40-minute Q&A.
I was about to say, we could probably just do a whole one then, and then just save the Tuesday one until the next Monday.
It's fine, whatever you want to do.
It could kind of stay on the same kind of schedule.
Okay.
That way.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did you want to do some would you rather questions or whatever?
We could definitely do it. Did you have any? Because
I got some from last week. I don't even remember at this point. I didn't proofread them this week, but I wrote them down last week from off of, you know, my faithful phone. So, okay, this is a good one. What's your go-to? This ain't would you rather though. This some other kind of questions. Number one, what's your go-to? I'm about to pull them outfit. Like what you put on and you like, y'all done put that shit on. I'm about to pull. Had your baby mama, had your kids, had your wife, because T Double was on them outside. He on the prowl when he got his outfit on. What do it like? What's the colors? What's the style? Like what's your
specifically as far as colors, I'm very well playing, but I don't got no go-to. Like I wanna, maybe because it's a lot of stuff that I feel like I haven't even. It's like, yo, I want this, but I don't even know what that's like. Or yo, when I get a pair of them, it's a lot of stuff that I probably haven't explored that would be. To honestly say right now, it's random. I don't even. I don't got one outfit to say that it's to say if you about to put that shit on. One time, you know you only going here one time. I ain't got an outfit like that. So, it'll very well be.
Okay. So whatever the spirit puts on you at the moment when you find out about the event. Okay. Okay, so number 2. What's one thing someone could say mid-conversation that would instantly turn you on? And one thing they could say that will turn you off?
It's so large.
One thing.
It's large.
One
large.
thing. You gotta say one thing someone could say mid-conversation that would instantly turn you on.
It's very large. To turn me on, I'm very to the point. Should I say, if it's any way I can say it, I'm very to the point. I'm not a person that could probably tell you straight off the top, like, yo, what's up? I can't tell you that. But to pull up and certain things to say to me to be upfront. That's just what it is, right? Because to be upfront kind of gives me an image, kind of let me know. That's just, be upfront. That's a turn on. A turn off is I don't like somebody who feel like they control. To sum it up, as far as deal breaking, I don't like somebody who feel like they control a situation that you didn't put nothing into. You watch this, yeah, basically. Yeah, that's it. It don't gotta be an example, but you know what I'm talking about. I just don't like nobody too controlling and you ain't giving out. That's it. You too controlling and you ain't giving out.
I mean, at the end of the day, even if you is giving out, once you give me something, you can't control what I do with it. So
yeah, you would be amazed. But the thing
no.
But the thing is,
I got control.
I'm fair to an agreement. You would be amazed. But I'm fair to an agreement because I'm never gonna feel like what I put out is what I put out. But I'm never gonna feel like somebody put out what they put out in the same terms. I'm at an understanding of you are not gonna receive the exact same. I totally understand that. So you gotta pick and choose where you give shit to, because it may not come back from where you give it to, or it may not come back exactly how you gave it, right? So you gotta pick and choose so that way you not sitting here talking about, oh, I gave you this or I did this for you, because I'm a big person that don't like that.
First of all, the way I look at that, if they could do it for me or if they could do it back so fast, they wouldn't have needed me. So when I get to acting like that, that's defeating the purpose of me giving.
Me personally, I feel like two people together can show. You could be a stingy motherfucker, but you come with a person that can show you why it is, and then you become a motherfucker who share a lot. So,
show you why you stingy, or show you why what it is. I'm sorry, I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
My thing is that, right? Because I've seen it done. A motherfucker can be ultimately a person that's not a given person because you just have not understood until a person that comes to you that's valuable enough to tell you that. Like anybody else could tell you this, but you don't care. When a person comes to you that's valuable enough to tell you, like, and you're willing to listen, you're willing to accept, and you like, wait, what did I do? Or it changes how you look at shit. Every person is every person. It's the way you vision shit is what make you different.
Absolutely.
The way that you conduct or handle things is what makes you different from the next. DNA is automatically different, right? But what makes me different from the next nigga, he might be like, man, what? You let them say that to you? And I may look at it as like, look, they ain't said nothing that harm me. But you may take it as, man, hell no. How somebody, man, I'm not letting nobody say no shit like that to me. But to me, I may feel like, listen, shit, you ain't really harm me for real. I'm still within living my life. This is still conducting what I'm doing. Far as working. Hey, yo, somebody said something and you took it away where you like, man, fuck that, I'm about to quit. But I'm a nigga like, all right, I understand what you saying. And we homeboys. You about to be like, bro, you still work there? Hell yeah. You about to be like, man, how you let that nigga say that? It don't.
That shit was not.
My thing is that certain people are gonna value certain things differently. We gonna value. I just was saying this. Because I had a football game not too long ago where people was just calling people vulgar names. And my thing was like, are you letting that get you out of control? People do that on a regular. So now you're going to let that take you. On a regular, you going to take it.
Take you out the game.
On a regular, you going to take it. Like, man, you know what? I ain't going to say nothing to you because, nigga, where we at? But you not going to think about this when we doing something that you love. This something that you love. You going to take care. This your baby. You going to take care of that. You love this shit, right? You hate to see somebody else disrespect this shit. Man, you disrespecting the game. That's what you tell a nigga.
Because they heard somebody else say that.
Because
they all about themselves. They not about the game. They about self-glory.
So you can't be that. You know what I'm saying? You one or the other. You can't be that. And that's my thing. That like, that's kind of what I'm hitting at. On the more so, like, we got to understand what it is that we doing. Are you more so a product of what you believe in, or are you a product of the flow?
Period.
It's a difference. If you're a product of the flow, it's not one thing.
You
don't believe in nothing. You believe in what's happening at the time. So you gonna go with anything.
Right.
When you have something that you believe in, can't nobody tell you nothing different about it. Nothing than what you believe. Cause you like, shit, I don't care what you say. Shit, I know this. Or you gonna speak what you know. At least what's gonna hold you down. So pick a part, like that's my thing. Pick a side, like you can't be both sided, like. But you know.
Okay, so if your ex had to describe you in one word, what do you think they would say? Versus what do you think they should say? Are we gonna pick the last BM 13-year relationship? What would she say?
Wait, okay, go back.
If she had to describe you in one word, what do you think she would say? Versus what do you think she should say? What would she say? Leaning on her own understanding. And what should she say leaning on your understanding?
I think that she would say, and I think she would say I'm a cheater, right? And it don't need no explanation. We was together for 13 years, so you gotta understand. She would say I'm a cheater. What I think that she should say is that to label this correctly is crazy. Like it's kind of hard to because it's not nothing that's like close intimately. But she would say, far as like a person.
I know. Now what would she say? What do
what
you
I
think
do
she
right? This is what I'm thinking. That's
say.
what I already said. What I think she would say, but that's what I'm saying. What I think she should say, because a lot of stuff happened, but I'm gonna say a life coach is what I think she should say, because
a life coach.
Absolutely.
Okay.
To sum it all up, yep.
Elaborate. You gotta elaborate on that.
That's just because
y'all was in a committed relationship on the road to marriage.
A lot of stuff was introduced by me, which is, to know me.
She younger than you.
Yeah. To know me is to know that.
But you like older ladies.
I like older females, and the thing is, it comes with a lot of things, right? So to know me is to know that She was younger than me by a couple years, so I just felt like I gotta the experience that I've been through. You haven't. It was certain points of time.
How many years?
4, to be exact.
4 years, and you had one kid, and she didn't have none when y'all started.
I had 2 kids. I had one at the very beginning.
When we started
talking. We was
when
talking.
When y'all started talking, you had
one,
and she was 4 years younger than you and had none.
None, right. Uh-huh. While we were talking,
I can understand how that, especially as young as y'all was, that power dynamic or that dynamic could have looked like you was her life coach. I can see that. And especially at that young, 4 years is a lot.
And I feel like at the end of the day, that's
what exactly I can see how that's what you feel like she should have said. But
I feel like that's what I was. Because
that's not really what you want your man to be, especially not when you were that young. You don't understand.
You don't want that. That's not what you want. But when situations happen, so since we're talking about elaboration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's speak about why. First,
why what?
Why I feel like it's a life coach to you, because I feel like you were just that much younger than me, that to the part where when I wanted to make that next move, you wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was like, hey, come on.
Yeah.
I kind of brought you to that. I kind of...
You're a rare breed, though, that you're more mature than most guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're more mature than most guys. Like, you're closer to where you should be at your age, whereas most guys are like 5 to 7 years behind maturity level. And I think it's got something to do with your upbringing being by older Southern people. Yeah. They wasn't playing with you because they was already there, and they could pour into you more stable things. To where a lot of kids, like a lot of, not kids your age, but yeah, kids your age when they was bringing you up, you know what I'm saying, wasn't getting poured into the same amount of stability and, you know, biblical based upbringing. There you go, yeah. So you was able to pour into her more than a normal guy that was just 4 years younger than her. So, you know, and she probably wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? She probably didn't even understand what that was. But to be honest with you, you probably didn't either.
Right. So,
you probably didn't even know.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Because it was mistakes made along the way that I cannot say like, oh, it was only her.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Well, that's mature of you, even though, you know what I'm saying, to be able to say that, you know, you had your part in it and, you know, it wasn't all her, because most guys will find every way, because even back to Adam, he blamed it on Eve, you know what I'm saying? When God came and say, basically, who told you was naked? Why do you got on leaves and shit? Did you eat the...
Yeah.
He didn't say
she did it first.
He said the woman that you gave me, she did eat of the tree, and then she gave it to me, and I did eat.
Yeah.
He didn't say yes, God, I ate the tree. Yes.
It's pointing the finger.
Talk about snitches get. Talk about snitches get snitches. I mean, snitches get stitches. Was the first snitch, and he snitched on Eve. And, in my opinion, he was somewhere distracted, probably by Lilith. Okay, and that's a whole nother story that ain't in the King James Version, so I'm not really 100% sure about it, but he was distracted by something, and it obviously wasn't the snake or the serpent. See what I'm saying? Eve was distracted by the serpent, but let's not sit up here and act like Adam wasn't distracted by something. That's why Eve was able to be deceived. Because Adam was not on his post paying attention to his wife. He was somewhere distracted. And that's what the enemy does. He distracts us. He distracted Eve. Yes, he did. But he couldn't get to her unless her protection and her covering, which was her husband, was already distracted. And that's something that's probably been taken out of the King James Version, because King James wanted to uplift men over women and make it seem like men was more blameless. And he was one of the first ones who shifted blame. So it's not y'all fault that, men shift blame. It came from the first man. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People, this is what I was telling Two Piece. Shout out to Two Piece. I was telling one of my best friends since like 1990. Really is one of my best friends' big sister, but she been my friend too. I was telling her earlier about how we got 4 different... No, I wasn't telling Two Piece. I was talking to Kai, one of my other oldest friends. We got 4 parts of our personality, right? You got one part that really only you and God know about. Then you got another part that everybody know about. Pretty much, it's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a part that only other people can see. You can't see it. You don't get it. You don't see it. You like, dog, you tripping. That's not me. I don't do that. Like, what? Stop playing with me. And then you got another part that only other people and... No, I messed something up. I gotta look that up. I'm gonna come back with that next week. But no, for real, because y'all know it's getting late. It's getting late.
Hey, at night.
Why you gotta be here?
Oh, we saying 2 different songs.
It's fine. T-Dub's gonna take a quick bathroom break, and but yeah, that's y'all homework tonight. And it's going to be my homework too. I want you guys to research the 4 parts of the personality, where it's like one part one part they know, one part everybody knows, something like that. And leave me a comment when you watch this video. And we're going to talk about it next week. But yeah, like, you guys, we have to be diligent and open-minded to understand that it's a lot of stuff that be going on that you don't even know. Like, we don't even understand the things that God go ahead of us and save us from. You know what I'm saying? So, here's another question. What is a green flag that most people sleep on, but you pay close attention to? A green flag, right, not a red flag. A green flag, yeah.
That most people sleep on, that I pay attention to?
Yeah. A value from a woman that most people don't value, but you look for, basically. Ooh, yeah, that's all I want to say.
Intellect. I like conversation. Mm-hmm. I value sometimes people like, oh, you talking too much. I'm really a listener, right? So I value conversation, I'm gonna say. I like when you can just unload on me. I feel comfortable when you can just unload on me and just be like, you know what? This has been like this and it's been like that. Because I feel like the biggest challenge is when you think that you ain't even hear me, and then I'm about to tell you, I heard exactly what you said. I heard this, I heard that. Because I feel like one thing I am is a good listener. At times, I'm very thoughtful about my rebuttal, so at times I may not be able to just snap back and respond as fast as you want because you're going through something, and you might be like, well, did you hear me? I heard you. But the thing is, my response is very thoughtful. I'm not just going just be off the tongue, right? I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna say.
That is so true. I can attest to that over this last year.
I'm gonna
at 6 months, the last 6 months.
Absolutely, I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna say.
I agree.
It may not be right then, because sometimes it hit me in a different way. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like, wait, that's what you think, like, and I. Or
like, that's what I meant.
Or you may be telling me something that I don't know. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wait, okay.
That's what that means.
Okay. I have to at least get to a point where I can respond to you.
With understanding.
Right, because I can't just say anything because I feel like...
Some people will, though. Some people will, and when I say some people, I'm some people. And I'm working on not being some people. Because some people will just respond with emotion. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, without even thinking about, like, wait a minute, that don't have nothing to do with nothing because, okay, yeah, that might be how you felt, but your feelings ain't facts, and that ain't what they meant, and you know that, so why is you reacting off of how you feel when you know that factually, even though that's how it feel,
right.
You know that ain't what they meant. Right, you know this person, you know what I'm saying? And I'm dealing with that right now. And the messed up part about it is I'm not dealing with it with you. Because like you said, even though you suck at communication, when you do communicate, it's straight to the point and it's humble. To the point where you can tell that you're responding with the intent to understand and not responding just to be heard, to be right. You know what I'm saying? You want to get it right. You don't want to be right. You know what I'm saying? So I value that, and I'm grateful for that, and I want to give you your flowers for that. Flowers for that because I do acknowledge that. But I'm working on... Listen here, you want to smell my feet? Because you got your shit together, but I'm getting my shit together in that area because sometimes I said, well, yours is a little more together than mine in that area because sometimes, especially if I feel, triggered in some type of way where I've been hurt in the past, or I feel unappreciated, or I feel manipulated, or I feel neglected, or I feel disregarded, or I feel any some type of negative feeling, or I feel some type of trigger, like trigger warning, like red flag, like or not even necessarily red flag, but alert. It's like alert, I don't feel good here, this is bringing on my anxiety, something ain't right. I will, you know what I'm saying, I will react hastily sometimes, or I used to. Now I really don't react hastily, but I'm not as patient as I wish I was. And where I notice a lot of other people will avoid and kind of not necessarily avoid, but prolong the confrontation of something, and they'll kind of like sit back in the cut and see if what they thinking is happening. I'm the person who like, excuse me, hello,
but
is this happening? I feel like I smell this, or I feel like I feel like this, or my woman's intuition is telling me that this is happening. So I'm finna ask you now, cause I ain't got time for the shit to been happening for 6 months, and I just was feeling it, and I ain't say nothing. And once I do bring it to you, you gonna be like, well, shit, this shit been happening for 6 months. You ain't know, girl. I'm over this. Bye.
So do you?
Whole time I'm still all in rose-colored glasses. I'm sorry. So do I feel?
Nah. Something you deal with before, because I feel like it's stages of things. I once upon a time felt like, you know what, I gotta be with a certain person, and this certain person, I elaborated this to. In this point in life, No matter what I did, I'm gonna tell you I fucked up. I did that, but I need you. I need you. Like
nobody else is you, and nobody else. I don't even want nobody else.
Right. So to just be, and I feel like what happens is everybody goes through a situation, right? And which is why what I said earlier, life's lessons or blessings, right? That really touched me because everybody goes through situations, and the thing is, what's valuable to you is what more so what you learn from. It stands out. It's valuable.
Absolutely. That's why they make you pay for school when you get to a certain age. Yep.
It's valuable. It's like I learned this
if
here.
You don't pay for it, you don't value it as much, and that don't mean necessarily pay with money.
Right.
Time, effort, thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more currency than just U.S. dollars or dollars. So
it's way much more important.
So what made you realize that you had to be with somebody else, or you had to be at the very least alone and without this person? That you was mistaken back when you thought you had to be with them. What was it? The betrayal of them being with somebody else and having that situation, or was it before that? Was it after that?
I'm a heavy personal, and I'm not to speak bad on a name or so, but I'm a heavy person on. When you done dealing with the bullshit, you not gon' it's nothing you gotta go and tell nobody else. Why? Because you cut it off. Because you was done. But I want you to know, it takes time before you're done. The thing is, a lot of people are like, I'm done. But you gonna go right back. You're not done yet. You ain't dealt with enough. And I'm not saying that you just gotta be disgusted of this person.
Not everybody. Some people do.
But the thing
is, some people, that person have to hurt you so bad that you just can't.
Right.
You is literally disgusted with this person.
It don't have to get that bad for you to be like, I understand that. Me and you.
It don't have to for everybody.
I'm disgusted
but we just talked
with
about
you
how
on that level. But me and you can still be cool on some I see you, what up? On that level, I'm throw up in my mouth. Like, I can't never see you.
Well, we just talked about how you're more mature than most in a lot of areas. You know what I'm saying? So, especially when you got kids involved, you know what I mean? You kind of have to, if you care enough about your kids, you know what I'm saying? You kind of have to find that middle ground and find that forgiveness in your heart. Or it's going to be volatile, it's going to be toxic for the kids. And if you mature enough to know that your kids' well-being and your kids' joy, peace comes before your revenge, your anything that's got to do with your relationship, even if you was married, but especially if you wasn't married, your focus is on your kid. If you married, then your focus is on your.
So if they making it hard for you though, right? And your focus on your kid, they making it hard for you though, right? Like trying to take you through every loop, and that's what your focus is on. Your kid, like shit. I'm not. You ain't got to give me every loop. I'm not trying to argue. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that.
That happens a lot. Both ends, men and women.
And I feel like in any case,
men do that to women.
What is it to do when that situation happens? That's in any case, men or women. What's to do?
Well, what's to do is to pray, fast, repent, repeat. So here's the thing. So, and I need to write that down. Again, I've written it down before, but I need to write that. That's definitely the spiritual way. No, but no. Let me finish. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. That's what I will forget this. Pray. See, I forgot that fast.
Pray, fast.
Thank you. Pray, fast, repent, repeat. Okay? Because just because you do that don't mean it's done. It's fixed. It's finished. It's over. Y'all about to be kumbaya. But I'm going to tell you a story time that's not even mine for real. It came from one of my mentors, Tiffany Montgomery. And she got it from one of her mentors. So if I'm able, I'm going to try to go online and find the stories that that goes with this. But I'm going to try to shorten this story up. So this older lady, she was like in her 70s. The lady Tiffany Montgomery is a little older than me. She like 45, 46, right? She's a multimillionaire, real estate, author, internet evangelist, basically. She go all over the world holding these monthly church services. God done put a ministry on her life and on her heart, right? So she ended up researching some stuff about marriage and ran into this older lady who wrote a book. Old black lady in her 70s. And she wrote a book about how she was with her husband for like 30, 40 years. And at first, then one of them wasn't saved, right? And then she ended up getting involved with a church, giving her life to God, and building a relationship with Christ. Now, they both had got baptized, but they both weren't really saved in the mindset that they had a real relationship with God. So, she started working on her relationship with God. The husband didn't. He wouldn't go to church. He wouldn't read the Bible. He wouldn't do nothing that she wanted him to do. He was in the streets, smoking, drinking, blah, blah, blah.
But they was in different spots, right?
The husband
Different
and the
states,
wife?
right.
No.
Okay.
They was living in the same house.
Okay.
They was husband and wife.
Okay.
But at some point, like I say, when they first got married, I said then one of them wasn't saved, is what I said. When they first got married, then one of them wasn't saved. They both had been baptized, right? Because you can be baptized, but if you ain't really took Jesus as your Savior, you're not saved. So now one of them wasn't really saved. They both got baptized as kids, but they didn't have a relationship with God yet. Now, I forget what happened. Something happened to them as a couple, and the wife started working on her relationship with God. But the husband refused. He was church hurt, or he was hurt. He was in the streets even more heavier than he was before. So they was married like 40 years. Down the line, she finds out that he was cheating for like 30 of them years with the same lady. Or I'm probably exaggerating. Like 15 years. Half their marriage. He was cheating with the same lady. He had a relationship with this lady. She was like his side chick, his second wife. The way that she found out and had unmitigated proof, because she had suspected all along, but he was good at hiding it. The lady didn't mind helping him hide it. You know what I'm saying? And she never could prove it until the lady died. The lady died. Now, she knew what was going on. She had started. Now, I forgot this. I fast forward past this. Now, she got tired of that shit. She prayed. She fasted. She asked God to sever whatever tie was separating her from her husband. She asked God to cut it out. Whatever it was that was coming in between her and her husband. Because she never had proof that it was a woman for real. But she felt like it was. But she didn't know if it was the woman. She didn't know if it was the job. Because he was blaming it on work. She was like, she asked God, like, God, if it's this job, replace it with something else that we can do together. Like, I'm tired of this. She asked God to, because she knew that once they got married, it was a covenant between her husband, and God. So anything that was coming in between that had a beef with God. Because her husband and God had a covenant, had an agreement. So if something was coming in between that, it was coming in between her, it was coming in between the agreement between her husband and God too. So God was going to separate that on his own terms. Long story short, the lady ended up dying. That's how she found out exactly what it was. The husband, after 15 years, he was distraught when this lady died. He couldn't hide it from his wife. You know what I'm saying? He was hurt. He was crying. He let it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? He let it out. She pulled it out of him. You know, because he walking around the house crying. Like, what the fuck is going on with you, dog? Like, dog, what's going on? I'm your wife. Why are you? He finally told her. She like, I already knew. You know what I'm saying? She consoled him. She ironed his suit for her funeral. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, they got closer because she stuck through it with him, first of all, because whatever it was, she knew they got married. They both was in sin. You know what I'm saying? Just because she got her relationship with God, she started on her journey towards Jesus before he did. When she said for better or worse, rich or poor, death do us part, that's what she meant. And that she knew that that's what it meant between her and God in that thing. You know what I'm saying? When the story is told, I want to say it was like 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, they in their 70s. You know what I'm saying? So this started in their 20s. Probably peaked in their late 30s, early 40s. And so they had been together for years. They had been telling their testimony. They wrote books and giving speeches, and you know what I'm saying? So sometimes some things, and this is a scripture, some things go out only through prayer and fasting. So, you know, when you have a person in the marriage that's, you know what I'm saying, not honoring the covenant, all you gotta do, and I hate to say it like this, but sit God on them. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's you. If you feel like, oh my God, like I am so, you know, lust filled, you know, I'm addicted, I can't stop cheating, you know. Some men feel like this, some women feel like this. You have to sit God on you. You know what I'm saying? And tell God, Lord, take this desire out of me. Help me to be a better husband. You know what I'm saying? Help me to be a better wife. You know, it's possible. All things are possible through God who strengthens us. And God loves marriage. He created marriage. So he will help those who are in marriages that are not happy. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to. But a lot of times, if you in a marriage and you feel like you don't want to do the hard work to save it, it's because that ain't who you're supposed to be married to in the first place. Yeah. And you need to just go ahead and get out of that so you can move them out the way for the person that you're supposed to be married to. So, okay, so this is going to be the last one, then we're going to call it a night because you got one more night to go to work. Number 5, what's the biggest lie you told on the first date, and did it work, and did you come clean? The biggest lie that you told on a first date.
Listen, so let me say this. First and foremost, that's not the last. We're gonna run it. That's how we gonna do it.
It's 2 o'clock.
Yeah, we're gonna run it. But
okay. We gonna go all the way to 10?
In the morning?
No.
I was gonna say I'm out to go to work.
I was about to say you gonna be late for work. 3 hours.
Y'all gonna be mad at me.
Biggest lie you told on the first date.
I don't really. So, truth is this. Let me run on with that. I don't really date. That's kind of hard. I learned that when I kind of got a little older because a lot of motherfuckers like to play, so I don't really play. Because I feel like as of on a date, I'm the kind of person that it's hard for me to let a female reach in her pocket. So on a date, I feel like I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna try. Just me as the person. I'm paying for everything, right? I don't ask you for nothing, and I'm not about to be like, oh no, you couldn't pay for shit when we was on a date, because I don't care about that, right? That's just how I am, which got nothing to do with it. So me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna try my hardest to not let you pay for nothing. But the thing is, what could be a turn off on the first date? Is that what the question is?
No. It's not the question.
Oh, because...
This is definitely going to be the last question. The question is, what's the biggest lie you've told on a first date? The biggest lie you've told on the first date?
A lot of money.
I love you. You funny as hell.
A lot of...
Okay, so did it work?
I mean, what was it supposed to...
What was the point in telling it if it wasn't supposed to work for something?
To make me look good. So
okay, so did it work?
If that was the case, then I think so. I think so.
And did you ever come clean?
No.
Okay. So what was the lie that you just had a little bit of money and not a lot of money? You said you had a lot of money. Like how could you make that lie seem real?
No, I remember this one lie specifically. I was acting like I owned some businesses. And I remember trying to get on this one because I thought it was going to make me seem like popular.
You was in high school?
No, hell no. I was
popular, okay.
I mean, well, popular, up with the niggas, up with the Joneses, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I just thought that by me saying I owned a couple businesses was going to help me get on the shorty, but the reason why it didn't help or didn't change because the farthest I got during the conversation is the farthest I ever got. Like, so I don't know. I can't say she believed it, or I can't say, I don't know.
How old were you?
I was like mid-20s. I was lying for sure. I mid to late, somewhere there. I just thought that motherfuckers will fuck with you because when you say you got some shit. But you get them ones though. Don't ever get it. You get them ones.
Don't ever get it.
Ever get it twisted. I done had some times when motherfuckers I thought I had money and I ain't.
And what? They went hard?
Crazy.
In the paint?
And
they showed you that Gawk 3000 and you didn't even have 300.
300 for... I wouldn't even pay. I'm not even going to tell you I got that.
But you just said you told them you had a lot of money.
Right.
So you 300, you wouldn't. What the fuck is a lot of money?
Not for no Gawk. You gotta let me smack. That's
another story.
It was a different story back then. I'll tell y'all, man, another day. But I wasn't a fan of the Gawk. Gawk just got famous. I ain't never even like that.
No, I was just saying, like, that was just...
So back then, my mindset was I'm not paying for that because I didn't like it.
Oh, well, duh.
That was my thing. So that's, weird. Listen. Session. I got a story for y'all. Y'all really want to know. Listen. Yeah, I got a story. I really got a story for y'all. Y'all want to know my side. Listen. Whatever you want to ask, I'm asking.
I want to know the story. Do a story time on your Life of T Double page.
You know what? If I do, I gotta kind of get certain images, right? Because I won't, and it's not like back in the day images. I just gotta get modern images of where I grew up. I really went to 3 schools my whole life. 1 elementary school, 1 middle school, 1 high school. My whole life. I just want to show people.
Let's talk about stability.
That ain't even. It get deep. It get deep. But that's another story. But it's just how intrigued people are because I could take you that way. That's another story.
Listen, y'all, we love y'all so much. We really appreciate you guys shooting with us in the gym. Okay? This is episode 20. Y'all is grown now. Y'all need to start wearing y'all sunscreen because look, y'all getting wrinkles and shit. I thought black don't crack. But y'all still look good though, I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. And we really appreciate y'all being here. Like, don't sleep, okay, because in less than 48 hours, we're gonna be in Miami, okay? And when I tell you...
doing a vlog. I don't even do a vlog. Check out my vlog.
A Life of T Double. LYFEOFTDOUBLE. Cause he gon' I'm gonna twerk, laugh, eat, and twerk and laugh the entire vacation. So, get ready for that. Expect a lot of twerking and a lot of laughing. Okay, I'm finna charge up all of these phones, chargers. They all coming. But what I have decided is I'm taking one phone and that camera out at a time. The rest of the phone's gonna be in there charging, working, something. I'm not taking nothing but one phone and one camera out of the suite, or really what is called is an stateroom. I'm leaving most of them in there. So if somebody steal my shit, count your days, babe, because you done messed with the wrong one. But bless you. Be on the lookout for the MSC Cruise Company Seascape 4-day, no, 3-day, 4-night cruise to the Bahamas with Jen checking in and Life of T Double, aka the Travel Base. Alright, he gotta go to work in the morning, so we'll see you guys. I'm gonna try to get him to tape something tomorrow night, but if not, we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Okay, Taco and Tequila Tuesdays, the beginning of July.
No, yeah, we'll be lit. There's be something happening ASAP. She said I had to take a nap. I'm on her mode. But yeah, listen though.
It's yeah.
Stay tuned in.
We love y'all. May the Lord watch between me and thee, us and thee, or while we have someone from another. Make sure you are subscribed so you can get all of the uploads. And hit that notification bell too.
Smash that subscribe. Yeah, listen though, for real though. On some real 100, I probably zoned out on y'all for a minute. I was just putting the heart move.
Stop telling on yourself. I was covering you. They ain't even know.
No.
We love y'all. We'll see y'all later. Cheers.